All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are recording live here at Charlie's Tavern in the heart of beautiful downtown Grayslake, Illinois. My name is Evan Rafferty. Sitting here always with me is Mr. Jay Clancy and Patrick Whistler. And boys and girls, this is time for another episode of the 1,
2, 3,
4 Shots Podcast. And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Dave Wohl, coming in to hang out with us.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
You said special.
I did, but I'd say that to everybody.
Special kind of special.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah, thank you.
But
short bus.
there we go.
Sorry.
Today we are drinking High West Double Rye whiskey, right? I guess it's not rye bourbon, it's rye whiskey, right? Rye whiskey. All right, and it's time for shot number 1.
All right. Gotcha.
Clink. Oh, that's pretty not bad. Pretty not bad. Although, after watching football all day yesterday, I feel like I have had more bourbon and whiskey in me than water, so
Yeah.
it's a little rough right now.
Well,
I
there's
had
water in
one.
both.
I had one fat squirrel. That's it.
Is that a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
New Glarus?
New Glarus.
Oh, okay.
Is it like a brown ale?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
I thought that was code for some reason.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I had a
Yeah.
fat squirrel.
If you know what I mean.
Right.
But all right, yeah, let's get into it. We're sitting here with Mr. Dave Wohl, entrepreneur of sorts, man of many titles. You do DJing, you do podcasting,
Fly drones.
fly drones. That's
Shoot
pretty
documentaries.
Yeah.
Shooting docs.
You've been in radio, correct?
Radio for a little while, yeah. The audience behind radio isn't very exciting to look at a glass wall and go,
Yeah.
don't get
Yeah.
a whole lot of reaction from that. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
that's
podcasts, though. You put it
Yeah.
out, you don't really get you don't get to see the immediate reaction.
Right.
True.
Well, let's get into it. Let's get to your beginnings here.
Yeah.
So did you go to school for like media or broadcasting or anything like that, or?
Yeah, so I went to Western Illinois University after a stint at Winona State. I went to Winona State, and I was majoring in alcoholism. And then which most of the people there were. And then I transferred to Western Illinois for a woman.
Which was really way different school experience, right? No
Yeah, well,
drinking at Western.
They had different beer. Climate was different.
They're
No-
drinking Bush instead of Natty.
Exactly. At least the views were better in Winona. But yeah, no, I went to Western because I wanted to do broadcasting, and they had a cool broadcasting school there. So did TV, did radio. I was the local, I was the anchor, the TV news anchor on Monday nights and Wednesday nights.
For like the college station?
Yeah, for the
or?
college station, then
Okay.
did radio shows, but I got kicked off the television station because news was like, it was, I don't know if anybody's listening to the news, but it's pretty fucking boring. So then I made up my own stories.
Yeah.
Or we'd do shit just so I had a story for the next day.
Yeah.
Like doing
Just
work
like
bombs at the
breaking
sorority
news. Local
houses.
man took a shit on the front step of a sorority.
Exactly. And for some reason they didn't like that.
Yeah.
So for some reason, and then they let me go. I don't know. No, they never let me go.
Yeah.
So I just left.
So if you can't find a good story, just create one. I guess
Exactly.
that's the number one rule of journalism.
Yeah. But I did radio and TV and met a guy that was one of my professors that was a DJ. And he was like, dude, you have a good personality. You should come out and like DJ this, wedding or party things we're doing. And he was a great teacher. But as far as DJ wise in front of people, I looked at this man and he was making money off it. And I went, holy shit, this is something that I need to do for a living because he was horrible. And so
successful.
boom, I was like, all right, this guy can make money. I'm going in. We're going to start a business back at home and try to do that as much as I could till I get back home to start the DJ business.
Yeah. So were you like, was this in the age of like the MacBook DJing, or was this?
Dude, we had CDs.
Were you were doing
Yeah,
CDs?
I started with records at the radio station, then went to CDs,
Yeah.
then I went to mini discs. Mini discs were the fucking bomb.
I remember
don't know why
those,
they ever
yeah.
got rid of them.
Yeah.
And then buying my first CD.
well, the
burner.
MP3 like got rid of the mini disc.
Right, but we had to transfer from mini disc, and then we had to take the CDs, and then we had to burn our own CDs. And the first CD player I bought was $1,000. CD burner was $1,000.
God damn.
So let me tell you how old I am.
Yeah.
Did you guys have like the the fucking books on books on books of fucking CDs just sitting in the back seat of your car in high school and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had lots of live Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Like every concert was like 3 to 5 CDs. So
Yeah.
I had like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
I feel like Dave Matthews caught a bad like rap because it wasn't so much that people didn't like. A lot of people love Dave Matthews. I like his music, but the thing was like some of his fans where like I have like every European show in this book, like and they were just like always obsessed with that. And that kind of
Yeah.
like killed it for me.
I thought it was the dumping a bunch of shit on a bunch of people on the Chicago River that did it.
That made me like them even more.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, that made him a
That was
legend.
It's
It
good
was the tour
marketing.
bus wasn't his fault. Yeah.
That was shit marketing.
Yeah. There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so you get out of like college and you just go right into like starting a DJ company then.
Yeah, came home, started DJing weddings, parties, got in touch with every local bridal shop and everything before I came home, just so that we can hit the ground running. And
Nice.
I was against like what are those people that came home and they were like, I think they were getting jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was totally against that, which I still am,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, we came home and started doing parties, and still to this day, like when you get back there, I was like, I'm getting paid for this. Like I get to play music, drink beer,
Yeah.
eat, and hang around with cool people all the time, and we got paid for it. So I didn't think there was
Sweet.
a better job in the world than that.
Yeah, and I mean like so you're doing like corporate parties, weddings, all sorts of functions like
Anything
that.
I could get my hands on.
Yeah, anybody that was paying you.
Right, exactly. But in college, it was great because we had to start off, and they got hired for your first like DJ for fraternity sorority formals.
Okay.
Sorority formals were so bad, guys.
Yeah.
That I had to go there, and you had to get loaded, and you had to play music, and all the girls were ugly, and no one was having fun. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah. Can you wipe the tears? It was horrible. It was a horrible start.
Poor man.
A horrible start.
And yet
Yeah.
you stuck with it.
Yeah, I powered through, man.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
do whatever I had to do.
Fought
Yeah.
through those trying times.
Exactly. I mean,
Good for you,
somebody
man.
had to do it, so it might as well be me.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're still doing that to this day too. So like,
Yeah.
how long you got in the industry now?
Actually, this will be 29 years.
Wow.
Nice,
All
man.
right. Yeah.
29 years of doing stuff. So
Very nice.
I don't want to do weddings anymore, though. The little parties are where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's a big wedding, because the weddings take a toll. It's a harder thing.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a long
Is
day.
it just like a
setting
bigger
stuff up and-
production and stuff like that, or?
Too much responsibility, and it's not like people think that we get paid to do like 6 hours of work. It's not 6 hours of work.
more than
There's
that.
all the prep work. You got to
Yeah.
make sure everything's perfect. At least when you do like a company party or a birthday party or things, they're more fun. They're more relaxed, and you can
Okay.
say fuck on
Yeah.
the microphone.
People never feel more entitled for any single day in their entire life than the day of their or their family members.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna say like the
Like,
pressure to
they
not fuck
peak.
it up.
They peak that day. They're never a bigger douche than on the day of the wed. I mean,
And
think
there's-
about it.
and there's a
There's
group of
nothing they're ever
Yeah,
gonna do in their
right.
life that they
Yeah.
spend that much money on and like are so on their high horse about.
Well, and
like,
especially I mean, like if a girl's
like
been
I
dreaming
spent
about
10
this,
grand on this dress. Like
girl's
what
been
the
thinking about it for
fuck?
30 years or whatever. Like
I know.
But I will tell you the flip side to that. The great thing is that have you ever talked to anybody and you asked them about their wedding, and anybody ever bragged about they had the worst wedding ever?
no.
No, because everybody wants it to be the best. So
Yeah.
as long as you do the little things right and you make people happy and you listen to what they want, everybody wants theirs to be the best.
Yeah,
So
Mhm.
it's easy to do it as long as you don't. I mean,
Do you like feel
follow
that like
instructions.
pressure though, like when it's coming up for like the first dance of the bride and groom, and you're like, please be the right button, please be the right button, please be, like.
You know, actually funny because when I set up, I play the first dance, I play the daddy daughter dance, I play everything. So make sure that it plays right when I set up. The only part that's nerve wracking is doing introductions to start, and then it's free. Those parts are a little nervous, but like once you get past that, then it's like all free game.
Yeah.
But yes. But when you have the mother of the bride or the father, or everybody's staring at you, going, they expect everything to go perfectly. When your
Right.
expectations are perfection, there's a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
like
mean-
if you it's like the daddy daughter dance or whatever, and you
Play the wrong
WAP or
version.
something.
Yeah. I mean-
Oops, who let the dogs out?
Yeah, and right, and sometimes you do that on purpose, depending on the client. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, they have a contract, but nowhere in the contract says they'll be happy.
That's fair.
Kind of like the contract I signed with you assholes
That's
before we
true.
started. I
You
don't
know-
even know what I signed. I didn't even
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's
Yeah,
why
you'll-
it's
you'll
in
be
such
fine.
small print.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
All contracts are very specifically designed to be more than you want to read.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
how they work.
exactly.
Right.
If contracts were like something you actually read through, nobody would do anything.
Right. When I got to page 6 on your guys, I was like, I'm just,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. There's no big deal. I'll be fine. Everybody's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So you follow the instructions on the first page to
Yeah.
to get to the second page and the third page.
Yeah, I
It'd
did.
take you some time. It's
Yeah.
a whole scavenger
So
hunt
I-
we have set up for people.
Yeah, I had to lick my fingers and actually turn the
yeah.
page.
Yeah, there you go.
So
All right, so you've been DJing, and then, like I said, you got a man of many titles.
jackass of all trades. is
there
what
you
I
go.
say.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a good shirt. Good,
It's a good
like,
shirt. It's a good
company name.
website too,
Yeah.
and actually coming soon,
Yeah.
jackassofalltrades.com.
There you go.
I feel like a handyman out there should take that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So like us, you have the podcast bug as well.
Yes, sir.
You got a couple of different ones, or you've had a couple different ones.
I have.
Let's tell everybody a little bit about those.
All right.
Tell them where they can follow you, where they can see you, stuff like that.
Right. So we start off doing right now, Discovering Grays Lake, which is Discovering Grays Lake podcast, and we're just venturing out to Discovering Libertyville podcast, which I'm super excited about. But things weren't always good. I started doing a dating podcast where me and another young lady were on every single dating site, and we would go on as many dates as we could in a week, and then we would come back at the end of the week and we'd report back on the dates.
Like you would just hit every Tinder, just swipe right on everything, or was
I
it
didn't.
swipe left?
No, I was
What-
a
what
little
is-
selective.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't just go just for the fun of it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean there was a
Just
kind
girls.
of a purpose behind it, right? For the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part. But no, that was fun because it was, and anybody that's been on a dating site, it's a shit show.
That's a cool concept.
It was great.
Yeah, it's a
That'd
really
be
good
really
concept.
funny.
Because I've talked about this, like where I had a girl who worked at another bar, and every Tuesday she would come to my place and like had a different date every time. And finally, like I saw her out one night, and I was like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Oh, it's Tinder Tuesday."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, so you just bring your Tinder dates to like where I'm working every Tuesday?" She's like, "Yeah, it's great." I'm
That's marriage material right there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
like, "Oh, you were just so."
Yeah.
No, but it was fun to do. But at the same time, it was anybody that's been on one. It's a shit show out there, and there's so many lonely people. Not to be like sentimental about, but there's people that are out there that are dying.
How
for
many dates were you going on a week?
What's the next question on there?
Yeah.
And like,
No, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
was it
I mean,
getting,
a
like-
couple, maybe two.
was it getting
maybe two?
explicit ever? Or did you ever think like, "Hey, I'm doing a social experiment," and then run into someone who like you actually are like, "I could actually see myself with this person"?
During that point, no.
No,
No.
Okay.
No, it was more of the tragedy of how bad things were.
Got it.
Yes,
There's
it was
a
terrible.
romantic inside me that was like hoping maybe you found love.
Yeah,
on
I
one of
usually
these.
printed out like 11 and a half by 17 posters of what their pictures were, and then I'd walk in and I'd put it up next to us just at the dinner table, just to make sure that she, because she didn't match what was going on. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of lying going on out there.
Sure.
There's a lot of lying.
I was gonna
out there.
say, so you almost did like a catfish show. Like,
Yeah, no, actually, that would have been a better name for the podcast. It would have been the
Yeah.
Catfish.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the girl that was doing it with me, it was more funny to hear the guy's stories about what not to post on your
Oh,
profile.
I'm sure.
You can't do a gym pic, you can't do a fish pic, you can't do this. But then we had our friend Juan Acevedo, a good friend of mine, who he came on as he was a dating concierge. His credentials were nothing, but he was a self-promoted dating concierge.
Okay.
So he would come and fix our profiles, and they'd tweak them just to make sure that you're getting the right dates after hearing the feedback.
Huh.
Is he
and-
like? Does he do this for like real, or is he just like helping people out?
Oh no, no,
Okay.
he doesn't do it for real.
This
But-
was one of my Bumble profile pictures.
How did that work out for you? I think somebody needs to explain what we're looking at right there. That's a lot of sausage, man.
Probably
It's-
about
it's a lot of
13
sausage.
It's me
links.
holding a freshly stuffed chain of bratwurst links and mean mugging.
Do me a favor, post
How
that to the Instagram right
Did
now.
you really have that on your?
Yeah.
How'd it work out for you?
Yeah, I'm not. I see. I'm not a liar. So you're talking about people lying.
I
Like
wasn't.
this.
I wasn't.
This is
accusing
me.
you at all.
This is me making 60 pounds of bratwurst in my kitchen.
Okay,
Like,
so
Did
how,
you get
how much response did you get on that? Were people like, I
fat
love
chicks.
it. Hungry women.
Some homeless lady.
That would probably slay in Wisconsin, dude.
That would. Yes, he's huge in Racine.
Yeah.
And when I say huge, I mean
Yeah.
by the size
Yeah, I
of the
should
kielbasa
have put
you
that
just
on my
showed us.
profile. Like only 20 minutes from Kenosha.
Have sausage, will travel.
Yeah. There you go.
No, that would
They've,
work
they've all
well.
probably heard that one
There you go.
before.
No,
Yeah.
but that's a good
Mark
thing.
that time. That's a T-shirt
Yes.
right there.
Sausage will
Exactly.
travel.
But no, I used to put just really fucked up pictures on there, just to see what. Because
Like
if you-
pictures of you just fucked up, just
No,
like one eye.
if
open,
you've
like,
ever been on a dating profile, it's great because you look at the
I have
women's
not.
pictures, and the first one is always their hot one from like 7 years ago, or their one that they're more attractive in. And when you scale down, if you're on a dating app, I would always go to the bottom photo
Yeah.
because that's usually the most recent one, and really shows what they really look like. And if
Gotcha.
they don't show a whole body photo, they're out. That was one of our things.
Or it
This
would
is
be-
good. This is
Yeah.
good stuff, though. What
Yeah.
other tips?
But
I
a
was
guy,
talking to
too.
a chick
Yeah.
on Bumble, and she was straight up hiding behind friends in like every
Yep.
picture. I was like, "Oh, come on, I'm fat too."
Right. Well, and you know what? And if you just put it out on there, then that's fine. Because some of them have like fluffy or whatever they are. But and then the dating concierge also said to never date a girl that doesn't smile with her teeth, because you can't trust her. People that don't smile with their teeth, you can't trust them.
Yeah, because they have shit teeth.
Or that.
I feel pretty attached right now, guys.
or that.
It's-
But it turned out to be true. That I
No,
don't
I-
smile with my teeth, but I'm not a liar.
That's how I am, too.
Swear to God,
I
I'm
got a
not.
chip, too, so I try to cover it. Like,
Right. No, you got to wear that proud though. It's personality.
That's
man.
funny.
Yeah. So
What
that,
el-
that
what
was
else?
fun.
Keep going.
That
Here,
was fun. So we did a lot of those, and then we actually did
cool.
some live broadcasts from the Sundance Saloon. So the
nice.
goal of that was to bring me and the other co-hosts on, and to make it like a singles night where people would come and it would be live, and we could talk about things and have people come up from the audience and they would talk about their dates, and then we'd
Cool.
we'd pick it apart, whatever.
Yeah.
Which was fun. It was great, but then dating concierge fixed the girl's profile, and then she got a boyfriend, so it was short-lived.
So she found love on the podcast.
She fell in
on
love.
the podcast?
Yeah,
Like with one of the dates, like that she was.
she went on a date after he fixed her fucking profile, and then she fell in love with him. And I don't know if she's married to
See?
him now, or if she's listening now.
That's a
I'm not gonna
beautiful
say her
story
name.
right there.
Yeah, and then
That's
the
a
podcast ended, so it's a
Yeah.
shit story.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
wow.
You got screwed on that one.
Right when we were at the peak of things and things were
Well, she
going to
probably
happen,
did
it was a
too,
great
but yeah.
idea.
Oh, that's still a great idea,
Yeah,
honestly.
I think it is. Maybe we should all start one. We could do Tuesday nights.
Let's
here.
do
We
it.
could do the dating podcast.
Tuesday night
We just
Tinder.
need a couple Tinder Tuesdays.
Tinder
You guys
Tuesday.
aren't single.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Yeah.
think Ashley would like that too much.
Yeah, maybe
All right.
that one.
All right, back to the weight
it's
loss
a social
challenge.
experiment. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Social experiment.
I'm proving something.
I'm
I don't know
doing
what it
this
is
for
yet.
science.
See, it's for the community. It's just a community outreach thing. Yeah, and that's
I
what you
mean,
have to do.
Or we just do it with you, sir.
Right.
Like, how about?
No, that doesn't. That's not fair because like when you have a girlfriend, like girls come out of the woodwork. It's like total like they can smell it on you. Like
That
if you
is true.
actually have a girlfriend, like you talk to more women than you've ever talked to in your fucking life.
What does he say to him? Say to him in The Departed? And he's like, "Yeah, ring on your finger. It looks good. You know, girls think his dick's got to work, and maybe someone could stay in him."
Yeah, no, it's like you're pre-approved.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like once you get one credit card, they start sending you all these fucking applications for other credit cards. It's the same shit. It's like, you know,
You got pre-approved
That may
for
be the
pussy.
funniest thing.
Yeah.
but
I've heard
that's
in a long
exactly what
time.
it is. Like, wow, someone puts up with this guy.
Right. We used
Maybe I should fuck him.
We used to have guys that would go out and DJ weddings, and they never get hit on when they didn't wear their wedding ring. And as soon as they put a wedding ring on, girls flock to him. A, maybe he was safe, or maybe they could have him do whatever, and then he would have to shut his mouth. Right.
It's a Seinfeld episode.
Right. So that's why I wear a wedding ring everywhere I
There you
go.
go.
I'm not married, but just kidding. Just kidding.
Widower.
No, but that one was interesting because we got to hear a lot of really fun stories and like go through stuff and pick things apart.
Yeah.
At the same time, we
Did
weren't
people
making
know that you were doing this? Like the people you went on the dates with, did they know you were doing the podcast about it?
Absolutely
Okay, so they knew.
not.
Yeah. I was
Not.
gonna say.
Okay,
oh,
they
no,
did
no,
it?
No, no. It was very small, and the hard thing was to get a listenership on any podcast. As you guys know, you have to be on it, and that's something I think could have really picked up, especially if we could take like live callers or do something like that. I think it would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Oh,
to
and
do.
get other people's Tinder stories too, or whatever stories, and
Yeah,
just kind of
figure out like. But really, we meant well on a lot of things we did. Like it was just trying to like really help people or navigate through to have.
Yeah,
somebody
you were
find
more
something.
so trying to give people advice on how to do this.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and it cost me a lot of money to go on dates, but
I was
Sure.
wondering. I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn, yeah.
yeah, but I have a lot of advice on that. Maybe we should start another one.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, never go to dinner on an online date thing. You always have a drink first.
Always do a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, always do a drink.
And
I
then
have-
maybe go to dinner.
So I have a buddy that last month he went on 8 dates. Right, in a month he went on 8 dates,
That'd be a lot for a week.
and that's yeah, and
It's a lot for a month.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah.
I mean-
But I mean, how do you do?
Come on.
How do you do 8 in a
where
week?
do you set the
man?
standard?
Yeah,
though?
yeah,
I don't know. It depends how active you are in there.
It's true.
So he did 8 dates, but he went. It was about $80 a time. So he goes, I spent $800 last month
Yeah.
on going on online dating, and nothing came out of it, or like
Yeah.
whatever. He's like $800. I'm like, you could put that money somewhere else. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah,
go-
like me.
Right.
spending that much going out by myself every month.
Right. I don't spend that much
Just
money
drinking at
drinking.
Mickey Finn's by myself.
Yeah, so it tragically
including
ended.
the employee discount.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
beers
okay.
are only $2, and somehow I leave and it's $100. I don't know what I did.
I can tell you, you drank 50 beers.
Yeah.
I'm not good at
No, it's
science.
like I had 3 meals there. Is usually the problem.
Depends how long you're there.
I mean,
Yeah.
on Sundays he likes to pull a 12-hour shift. You know.
That's
Yeah.
good. Well, somebody has to do it. It's like a marathon.
Yeah.
So that ended.
Did
after
you ever
the-
like so everyone kind of knew they were going on like you were like they didn't know that you were podcasting this. Did you ever
No.
have like any repercussions? Anybody get like salty or like a stalker situation where someone was like, "You said you call me, like you didn't call me."
Not myself. I mean, I think
Yeah,
she had
I'm
a
sure
lot of
she did, yeah.
problems.
Did she?
but- yeah, she had a lot of things. But then you know we did a whole thing on the unsolicited dick pics,
Oh
Sure.
my goodness!
like
yeah.
and how many she get. And I've never sent a dick pic.
Neither have I.
and,
yeah.
and somehow I still
I-
receive them daily.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I've sent one. I'm sorry, man. She gave me your number.
Yeah. Right.
No, but I still laughed at the thing that like anybody out there sending unsolicited dick pics. Like how many this girl had them all the time. Like you go on one date or even before the date, she'd get a
Yeah.
dick pic.
That's like the generation
What is
below
that?
us.
Yeah.
that was like because it's like to me that's just like what like you took a picture of your dick and sent like I don't know like that's just so weird.
I mean, I have one framed at my house, but I don't send them to people.
Right. Yeah. Come over
I mean,
and take a look.
autograph it,
It's
you
a-
know, send it to some
yeah.
friends.
Yeah, it's a giant frame
Above the
Yeah.
fireplace.
What do you think
know?
Christmas is for?
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's like the family portrait.
Yeah. Right.
It's framed. It's art.
Yeah.
Right. But they're always, you know, larger than these photos here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
come on.
Yeah.
Yes, actual size.
And then you said so. All right. So you did the dating one. You told us you were doing a biker one.
Yes. So I got a good friend in Grays Lake, Mr. Craig Rodsmith, who used to live right up here. I think still does. So I got into the custom motorcycle world and doing custom motorcycle stuff.
This is like Orange County chopper type shit. Like,
So yes, so we've had actually a bunch of guys that have been on Orange County Choppers. They were on the show. A lot of guys that were just getting off the ground that were like great artists, just cool fucking dudes, man. So we had a lot of those guys on. A lot of guys have been on a ton of different shows, and right now are on shows.
what was like the premise of it? Were you like were people building them? Were they painting them? Or
Everything.
Just talking
a lot
about
of metal work to customizing everything. So there wasn't any normal thing on there.
Yeah.
Cool.
But the great thing about the show is I've never ridden a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in motorcycles. I was interested in the culture.
Okay.
The
Okay.
culture to see these guys like build something by hand that was so fucking cool that if I could admire it as a motorcycle with
Yeah.
just as somebody, so I went to all these motorcycle shows. I did all his promos for him. I did all his videos for him. So I would go around and I got to meet all these really cool people.
And they were cool. Like they weren't condescending to you for not knowing all the stuff they know about motorcycles. It was a cool community of guys.
As soon as I told them I didn't know shit and I didn't pretend to
Then
know
it
shit,
switched.
Yeah.
it was
right,
awesome.
Right.
And they were all cool guys. And when I wanted to share their story about how they got to do it, or like the
Yeah.
stories behind their shops and how they did it and how much time and passion and everything went into it, it was really cool. And
Yeah.
then as we built to like a listenership, like guys were sending stuff like, "This is what I listen to my shop all day, and
Nice.
this is what we do," because we gave props to the little guys. And I always like everything I always do is like I root for the underdog.
Sure.
I like
The
these
mom
guys.
and pop shops.
Yeah.
Like the people that are just building stuff and
Right.
doing like literally and figuratively, like doing something that. But that podcast, since I haven't done an episode in a year and a half, 2 years, we did 99 episodes. I didn't make it to the 100th one because I was like, fuck this, whatever. Never made any money off it, whatever. I had a whole garage full of motorcycle helmets and all kinds of other stuff that I had no use for, so I'd give them away as giveaways.
Yeah.
But after a while, as doing a podcast, you guys know it's a ton of time to edit, to schedule the interviews, and we were doing them internationally. So
Yeah.
we had a great following and a lot of listens, but
Yeah.
it didn't. After a while, I was like, "Where's the?" I'd gotten to enough motorcycle shows,
Yeah.
and it was cool. But I'd walk around after a while, and then all you do is drink beer. I'm not that there's anything wrong with drinking beer.
Right.
Yeah,
I just
felt
rather
a
do
little
shots.
judge there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not judging anybody
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. It was fun. But now that actually, the funny thing is, those listens for those motorcycle podcasts have gone through the roof because the little guys that were just starting off are now on TV shows.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
now they're
cool.
like fucking famous.
So yeah,
That's
so people
cool.
that like are like Googling this guy's name, and all of a sudden
And the
your
podcast comes up.
shows up.
Yeah, and those are all on YouTube too, because
Yeah.
they're all Zoom calls. Because one's from New Zealand, one's from Dominican Republic, one's from Australia, one's from
Cool.
anywhere in the UK.
And-
Most of these guys were custom motorcycle shows were totally international.
Yeah, I
Hardly
mean, and the
anybody knows
logistics
about
of trying to make that happen, like you're saying, like someone in New Zealand to here. I mean, you're talking what 20-hour difference.
I was doing 3
something
o'clock
like
in the morning podcast or 6 a.m. and it was like they were going to bed.
Yeah.
But they're all cool dudes, so it was like I had a passion for it, and it was cool. And then being known when you go to a motorcycle show, the only guy that people are shaking hands with that wasn't that didn't have a motorcycle.
Yeah,
What-
right.
Talking about feeling like a poser.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, like, so obviously there is like the subculture of the motorcycle culture that can get a little grimy and a little dangerous and stuff like that. Did you
For
have any?
sure.
Do you have any run-ins with that? Like,
No.
please don't say anything that's going to get us killed. But
No, because the guys I hung out with were so badass that if anybody fucked with me, that they would have been taken care of in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I knew the right guys.
So
to
the
hang out
guys
with.
that you were like dealing with, like for the podcast, kind of gave you a legitimacy against
Yeah.
anyone else. That
Well,
was
there is a guy that I did a show with that we had to re-record because he confessed to 2 murders and an accomplice to a murder.
like on the podcast, like
on the podcast, he was on video smoking a water bong in a parking lot somewhere in London or whatever, and he was admitting to, like, he was bragging that his best friend, they got out of this basically because they couldn't find the body, but he told the story of how they had a problem with this guy, they took care of it, but no one went to jail because they couldn't find the body.
confessed a murder to you,
On 2 different accounts.
and then you have to go and be like, "Hey,
Am I confessing to this now?
well, no,
Am I an accomplice?
No.
No. Maybe they didn't murder him. Maybe they beat him. They roughed him
Someone
up.
important would have to listen to this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
you're right. You're right about that. Yeah. And his name was. Yeah.
No, we'll leave that.
But that guy is on a serious
All right,
popular
yeah.
show right now.
Okay.
I won't say what the show is, but he's on a
it
serious.
James
popular show. Actually, I don't think.
All
He's,
right, man.
Oh wait, he's
We're
not
gonna
on
have
the
to
show
fucking
anymore
noise
because
you.
he sucks.
actually, the guy that I'm talking about isn't alive anymore.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So that helps us. Makes me feel safer.
Don't even need to worry about
Right.
the statute
But
of
I mean, like, holy
limitations.
shit, like-
But if you're listening, I love you, buddy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you
Really good
literally
shit.
Wherever
like,
you are. Yeah.
Really good show.
Did you literally have to stop and be like,
No.
"Hey,
let
we
it
got to
roll?
redo this because you just confessed to a felony to me"? Like,
Well, I thought that the property authority should know, so I asked him for permission to re-record the episode. So we did it again, but he called me the next day because he was really fucked up when we recorded the episode.
Yeah.
He called me the next day, and I'm like, "Yeah, we need to redo that."
Yeah.
So we got some of the same stories, but a little on a lighter,
cut some
in, a
out.
lighter in a lighter version. But
Yeah. I mean, that is a problem. We always have guests that get too fucked up on here.
yeah, and confess to murder.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened.
Right.
Yeah.
No murdering.
I'm not confessing to anything. So it's allegedly.
Confess to shitting their pants.
Right.
Yeah,
We got-
we've gotten that a lot.
Speaking of which, we haven't had that in a while, though.
Right.
Do you have a good poop in your pants story?
I got nothing to share right now.
Fair enough.
Nothing to share right now. So the motorcycle podcast was great, but that was over and done with 99 episodes, and then I moved on.
Cool.
So yeah,
All right.
a lot of crazy stuff in those guys, but good culture though.
Yeah.
For sure. Good dudes, good chicks.
Sure.
sure.
All right, and then on top of that, you said you're doing like drone work, making docs and stuff like that.
Yeah. So did a lot of drone work. Actually started shooting video for documentary stuff. Actually, the owner of one of the motorcycle museums there, the House Moto Museum in Dallas, Texas. Got to shoot a couple things because of our buddy from Grays Lake. Was best friends with him, so got some hands-on documentary work for movies that are out there.
Cool.
Did and done some other drone work for some local guys doing documentary movies as well. And then but the drone thing was cool. I mean, we did a lot
Sure,
of stuff,
yeah.
but as you can know, when you're trying to make it doing one thing, you kind of find other ways. But I'm the guy that's like, hey, what do you guys got new?
Yeah.
We can make a fucking business out of that. Like whatever it is. Oh, podcast? We can make a living out of that.
Yeah, I always wish I got into drones. Like, I like the racing things they do with them.
Yeah, that takes talent.
Yeah, I know. It looks, I'm like, how the fuck did they fly that?
I
do
have
that?
no
Like, It's so
idea.
crazy
No idea.
to be that quick with your thumbs and stuff like that.
Take seriously
Must
hind.
drive the ladies crazy.
But yeah. Oh yeah, because the girls are like single lady looking for a drone racing operator.
Is your boyfriend like drone guy? Does drones?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool drone guy. Good thumbs.
Should see what he can do with his thumbs.
That's where I was going.
Yes. So no, we did a bunch of stuff like that, but shot other movies, and now I'm shooting a documentary for a very wealthy gentleman out of Chicago who's running a drug addiction clinic and rehab center that he serves the homeless and everybody for free, and he's more of a harm reduction thing where it's not like they treat the problem, not so people can come in high on heroin or whatever, but if they were sexually abused or they had a bad or something happened in their life that caused them trauma, they treat the trauma rather than the other stuff. So
Yeah.
really cool movie. Like talk about philanthropists out of your mind. Like
Where
of the
where can people like
coolest
see these like the things you've done?
Are
Are they mostly YouTube or
No, one's on Apple TV and Prime and everything.
Which one's that?
That's that movie's called Leaving Tracks. Also did shoot for my buddy in Libertyville, Ike Riley.
Oh yeah,
If you guys know
I
him.
know Ike.
Yeah,
Or Mike.
So Mike. Yeah, I just say Ike so people know. That. But his movie that came out, I did a lot of drone work for and a lot of shots of Libertyville, a lot of different shots around.
Shout out to the IRA, Ike Riley.
Amen. The assassination.
Yeah, his whole family, man, fucking
They're fucking awesome.
talented. You got one kid playing D1 soccer. The other two kids are on tour with them. Like just
Absolutely
fucking rocking
ridiculous.
out.
And if you haven't been into an Ike Riley show, you gotta get to
Well,
it.
he used to do quite a bit where I'm working right now.
Yeah.
And then we haven't seen him in a little while,
Yeah,
but
but he just travels around. He's got like a cult following.
yeah.
He's like, those guys are like, they love him.
Yeah.
I
I saw him
actually-
at Shuba's years back.
I flew to Albany to go see an Ike show.
Really?
Yeah, just because he wasn't
And
anywhere
just like
around here.
the fucking nicest dude in the world.
Absolutely.
Like just one of the
Absolutely.
coolest, nicest dudes in the world.
Yeah.
Anything
But Ike,
you
you're
would
kind of
do-
a dick if you're listening, though. See you next week.
I was gonna say, just the complete opposite of like rock star kind of like personality.
Yeah,
know?
you'd never know
yeah,
by meeting him.
like
No.
so very cool dude.
Yeah, he's great.
But
that's another one. And if any that documentary is coming out, is badass.
all right.
Like just a local guy that
What's the name of the
tell a story.
documentary?
I want to say that it's the name of one of his songs. Don't Turn Your Back on Friday Night.
Okay, nice.
I think that's still the running name.
Cool. And you just do like some the cinematography stuff. For
I do
the-
all the some
drone
drone
work?
stuff for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was honored to be asked to do that. Ike, you never paid me for anything, but thanks. But I'm in the credits. I'm in the credits,
Oh,
so I got
nice.
that. So
There you go.
yeah.
Paid exposure.
As long as I got my IMDb shit, then I'm fine. Like rack them up, whatever you got to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but he's a cool dude.
Yeah, Ike's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Before we cut to the next segment here, I thought of something the other day that I want to talk about. What is your go-to, since we're here with the wedding DJ of one part wedding DJ, what is your go-to wedding drink and wedding song?
Man, a lot of the weddings I go to lately, maybe always, have pretty thin lists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you know, like there's the classic weddings that like
Jack and
everyone.
Coke. I'll get a Jack
for
and Coke.
drinks?
Yeah, for
Okay.
a drink.
Were you thinking song list or drink list?
Drink list, isn't that what we're talking
yeah.
about?
Jack and Coke, yeah, and then a song.
Jack and Coke, gin and tonic, easy, fast.
Yeah. I used
Try
to-
to get them to do a double, like.
So I like
they
because
might not.
a lot of weddings don't do shots, so I used to always do like whiskey on the rocks and like chug that until one day I spilt on myself and
In
had to
a
walk
white shirt.
around. Yeah, in a white shirt and had
Yeah,
to walk
nice
around
part.
with like 4 hours with a big brown stain.
Yeah.
So then I switched to like gin and tonics. And I was telling you earlier, I was at my cousin's wedding, Brendan, who
I
you
DJ'd that.
that.
Yeah.
And after about like 6 or 7 gin and tonics, I started like breaking out into hives and like blotches. So now I'm onto the vodka soda.
Yep,
Okay.
That's my drink of choice at
That's your
Everbar.
go-to at a wedding?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm an orange slice guy.
But you know why you get weak drinks? You walk up, if you go to a wedding,
Yeah.
advice for everybody there, just as soon as you walk up, even if they're not open yet, you make sure that person's working that bar the entire time,
Yeah.
and you put a 20 in there
Oh,
yeah.
before
Always.
you start.
Yep.
Before you start.
Always, you got to throw that big dick energy around right in the beginning,
Just put
That's
it
what-
on
just
the
to let
table,
'em know.
slap it down.
just to let them know. And then like, hey, this is the face.
Right. But make sure they don't change bartenders. 'Cause
Yeah.
If it's a cocktail person, you don't tip that person. If you're at a cocktail hour, do not tip that person. Make sure they're in the room. Otherwise, you're going to get fucked at the drive-thru.
Well, I mean, you can
Yeah.
still tip them.
I mean, but tip them, but not. You don't.
I'll be honest. If I'm at a wedding and I'm not paying for drinks, everybody's getting something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna drop 200.
I'm gonna drink enough that it'll be
Yeah.
justified to tip each of those people $20, even if they're working 2-hour shifts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
or
So I'm
an
like,
hour
I'm
and
the
a
type
half
of dude. It's
shifts,
like,
or
let's
they're
start with the
moving
20.
around, you know.
Then we're going fives for like 2 to 3 rounds, And then that's when I break out the singles,
Yeah.
and then like a 20 at the end, be like, "Come on, I know we're not supposed to do shots, but like, let me."
Well,
get
you
my
need
garage
money for a
shots
new
the-
shirt when you get home too.
Right. Yeah. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you never wear a white shirt to a wedding, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a shirt.
just show up
Just a sport coat,
in a
man.
cummerbund.
Just
Yeah,
a sport coat. That's how
Just the-
I like the cummerbund.
the vest on
Maybe
or
sport coat
something.
and a cummerbund.
Yeah.
In case you get warm, you still got
So-
something to hold your
yeah.
belly button in.
That's awesome. All right, go-to wedding song.
Like, you mean like the song that if I hear that at a wedding, I'm going to get up and dance even if I wasn't gonna?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many, man. Doesn't look like that would be a thing for me, but I
Katy
do-
Perry, like
Sure.
Yeah, he's a
Name it.
fireworks guy or something.
Name
I
it.
think. Really? I
I'm gonna
kissed a
roll-
girl and I
oh,
liked
oh,
it.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
There are some that I can't stand. There are more of those.
All right, which one do you hate?
Just like Sweet Caroline, like songs like that everybody's heard a million times.
So I like the million times. I just don't like that particular song, but I
Yeah.
do like I like the classics. I like
You guys
We-
don't like the Jewish Elvis? Are you fucking kidding me?
I do like Jewish Elvis. It's just that's the one song of his that I don't particularly care for.
who's Jewish Elvis?
Neil
Neil
Diamond.
Diamond.
Yeah. You never heard that
I've
before?
never heard that
Really?
either.
Yeah.
I've
That's
never,
what they
I've
called
never
it.
heard
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay. Thought there was a song named that. I'm like,
No,
what's the
no,
song
no.
about?
No.
I'm going home to write that one
Yeah.
tonight.
I do like him. I just like that one. I just don't like. But like, I love like the ones where it's like, we are family,
Sure.
or come get your love.
You know,
that's
this-
the one that like
This
if I hear that,
discussion
I get out
is
there.
really making me realize I hate weddings. I'm just thinking back on like all the fucking weddings I've been
Cupid
to. And I'm like,
Shuffle,
God, I hate all
Kind of
this
annoying
fucking shit.
sometimes.
Like you go and they have like one scotch, one bourbon that's always Maker's Mark, Jack
Mhm.
Daniels, that's all the whiskey, and then like they don't have any beers I want,
Yeah.
and then I don't dance, and then they're outside, so I just sweat my fucking ass off like just profusely the entire fucking day.
Just hot drinking
Yeah.
somebody else's beer, essentially. You
Yeah.
know,
Right. Just walk by and grab one off the table.
Guess
Yeah.
I'll have
It's
9
fine.
blue moons. Yeah.
Right. It's a good thing when everybody's on the dance floor. You just grab it
Yeah.
off the table if there's
Yeah.
a line at the bar.
Boom. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
makes it much easier.
Oh, holy shit! That reminds me of something real quick before we cut
Yeah.
it too. So I'm working the other night. This couple sitting at the bar, watching TV, and then whatever game they were watching ended. So they got up and left. Left their their mess there, and it was like a pizza, half eaten, some wings half eaten, some French fries. These girls jumped up there real quick to get there, and this is at like 11 o'clock. So that food had to be sitting there for like an hour, 2 hours already. These girls move up, and all of a sudden, before like anyone could get it, a girl starts eating a piece of pizza, and I like send the fucking the bar back over, like, go clear that shit out. And he goes over there, and they like wave him off and say, no, we'll finish it. And they're just sitting there eating chicken wings, like just fucking mowing down on these people that they didn't know them.
These were prostitutes, 100%.
Oh my, I was just like sitting there. I'm like,
Trust me.
Or,
the
or in
grossest
the
thing I've ever
process
seen in
of
my
being
life.
prostitutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh my god.
I mean, sometimes it is a shame when you see people throw away.
I mean, like, if it's someone I know and they're like, hey, like, do you want the, last 2 slices of this pizza? I'm leaving. And it's like, okay, sure, maybe. But these were like randoms, and they just jumped up there. And I mean, like, chicken wings, licking their fingers afterwards and shit like that. I was, ugh.
I guarantee you all those girls were swiping on their Tinder
Yeah.
before they
Yeah.
started eating
Right.
pizza and chicken
Yeah.
wings.
Yeah.
And they should have been on that dating
Nothing.
podcast.
All right, let's go eat garbage
Nothing.
food.
Let's go eat some more.
Yeah.
Literally garbage food.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
I've seen bussers do that.
What a
I've
bunch of
seen-
babes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when I fell in love.
Yeah. Yeah, what song plays in your head when you see that? When you see a girl eating somebody else's pizza off the bar directly? Like, what's
Ugh.
your love song there?
Wow.
What's the one by the Cranberries? Is it Linger? Yeah. Is that the song that plays in your head?
Brick
I thought it was called Pull My Finger.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Lick my finger or something.
Yeah. She's just.
I had,
Yeah, that's sexy. As
I had
hell.
Black
think
Crows
that's
Talks
where
to
you're from.
Angels going
Oh,
on
there
in
you
my
go.
head.
Yeah.
It's the trashiest piece of shit.
Yeah. Runaway Train for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Coming back.
Yeah.
All right. And I think that is going to be the end of segment number 1 of this episode of the Four Shots Podcast. We are sitting here at Charlie's Tavern in Grays Lake, Illinois with Mr. Dave Wool. Dave, again, thanks for coming on, sharing some stories with us. We will be right back with segment number 2 after shot number 2. Cheers.
Can I get a whoop whoop?
Whoop whoop.
It's got like a sneaky burn at the end.
I'm gonna pee real quick.
Yeah, we're going to take a little
smoke.
fiver.
I think we're fucking it up really good though so far.
Yeah.
I might have to take a huge shit.
Use the women's.
Because that's part of the next segment.
Just unprompted. I'm gonna have to take a huge shit.
I had like chili for lunch yesterday, then carnitas for dinner, and then chili today.
Dude, yeah, you were burping deep there.
Have
for
you
a
guys
second.
ever had Jamaica?
Like the root?
It's
Himika.
no, that's jicama.
Jicama. All right, I'm thinking of jicama.
No, Jamaica is also Mexican, but it's tea made out of red hibiscus flowers. You know when you go into the Mexican restaurant and they have those little fountains
Yeah,
that
we
do
were-
it?
we didn't
One's
know what
like
it was,
horchata and like one is Jamaica and then sometimes they have tamarindo too.
They have that spelled like.
It's spelled Jamaica, but
Yeah.
it's Mexican, so it's Jamaica.
I was always afraid to order it, but now I'll try it.
It's really good. I made some yesterday. It's just like red hibiscus flowers, a cinnamon stick, and then you like boil it, and then you mix a ton of brown sugar into it, and like squeeze a lemon into it. And it's so fucking good. But there's like a limit. Like if you drink just too much of it, it'll basically clean you out. Like really fucking clean you out.
Yeah.
And I danced with the devil with it last night. But I took, you know, when you drink like 4 bottles of red wine and you just take a shit that's just straight jet black. Like I had that shit. I had that shit right before I came over here. I like wiped and it was like, you know, like penny green. You know, it was like, oh my god.
We are leaving all this in there. This time is for segment 2 of this episode of the Four Shots Podcast. We are here at Charlie's Tavern in downtown Grays Lake, Illinois. Sitting with us is Mr. Dave Wool. Thanks again, Dave, for coming on, hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
The pleasure is all yours.
Uh,
I mean mine.
That's
Sorry.
right. I like that.
That's because we've done shots.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Were we just talking about why we date girls with small hands?
I know why
I'm not sure why.
I know why I
you
do.
but I know sure why we do. Yeah,
We've all
we're
seen
over
the movie
here.
61.
I don't know why we got in the hands thing over here, but I don't know. There's people out there like me.
We're just gonna leave it all in.
Right, that's the dating thing too. You got to like, how big are your hands? Send me a life-size picture.
There was a girl at Finn's this weekend that was like 4'9".
She have really small hands.
I mean, she was like this big.
Hell yeah, ideal.
I want to say a
Make
joke, but I
yourself
feel like it's
better.
gonna get cut.
Yeah, it's gonna get cut.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. I interrupted. Yeah.
Here's something that we kind of all have to deal with, and I want to get everybody's take on this. What is your opinion, like, where you're working at, like, whether you're at a hall or whatever doing a wedding, you know, you were in this the retail area, now you're going into people's houses for your job. You know, me and you, bars and restaurants and stuff like that. What is your, like, you know, your policy on shitting at work?
For me, it's like I work in these like fancy homes, like
How do you say it? Bougie?
yeah, bougie. I literally work in a home
You
that's
guys use
known
a
to be
G?
the biggest.
Big G on
the
there?
biggest-
He's got the-
Bougie.
He does the hard
Bougie.
G.
Bougie. It's not the hard G.
I work in a home that's known to be the largest home in northern Illinois, that on the shore of Lake Michigan. So it's like the biggest lakefront mansion in Illinois, and yeah, like you don't just poop in these people's houses, you know, gas stations or whatever. But there is kind of a like
So you shit in gas stations? That's the
So-
grossest, that's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
you just have to.
Like you got to step over the dead fucking like
You just
heroin
have to.
addict and then just shit right next.
Some
I'm telling you,
houses,
porta potties are on a job site are pretty rough.
some of
Yeah.
these really
Gas
fancy
stations seem
houses
nice after a
though
while.
have a bathroom for the help.
Yeah, the
I
hell.
was gonna say, yeah.
That's in the bathroom, and it looks like you know,
Where does the pool boy
like
shit?
it looks like a Waukegan high school locker room bathroom. You know what I'm saying? There's like a little divider. It's like in the back of the wall is 100-year-old brick. You know, like clearly this is meant for people like me. When you know, so like, so
This
like,
is where they made The Help.
yeah. So
200 years ago. Go to
so
the
like,
bathroom.
if there's a bathroom that's obviously for the help, it's fair game. Second tier is like if they have a basement bathroom and they seem like cool people, then you can poop there. You know what I'm saying? Because like you don't want to like ask to use their upstairs bathroom, especially not when you're me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like 300-pound guy's like, "Can I use your bathroom?" You know, like,
Yeah, they just shake their head.
can I ruin your
Shake their head.
afternoon?
Right.
Can I get an extra roll of
It's
toilet
like,
paper?
yeah, do you know a plumber? You know a good plumber? Yeah, go ahead. I'll just call him while you're in
Yeah,
there.
that's another thing. The test flush is a very important part of determining whether or not you can use this bathroom.
The courtesy flush in between
Like,
as well.
If I go in and I'm like, you know, it's this little teeny bathroom in like 100-year-old house, 100-year-old plumbing. Like, I'm gonna like flush it and pay very careful attention to like the flow
How
rate
powerful that is.
before I decide to squat. Yeah, exactly. Like if they got a lazy flush, no, you can't. Because that's the kind of shit you lose your job over. You know what I mean?
You know, I used to play
Literally the kind of shit you lose your job over.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And just for a side note, I used to play drums for a band called Lazy Flush.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Where do those guys shit? No, I'm just kidding.
But generally
Nowhere.
not
Goddamn.
in people's homes. Generally not in people's homes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's valid.
I try not to even poop anywhere except my house ever.
Home field advantage is
So
nice.
that's how I am. I am a home
Yeah.
field advantage type of guy. I will like, because this happened to me the other week. Like, I will wait hours in pain till everybody leaves the fucking restaurant if I'm gonna use like the restaurant bathroom, or it's got to be like, 2:00 on a Wednesday afternoon when I know there's one customer sitting at the bar, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna go unload real quick, because like I'll even wait. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I wait for everyone to leave, like especially on Sundays. You don't get that good photo op. But
Sorry. Yes.
like-
yes.
I got to close Saturday, and then I got to wake up early Sunday after a couple hours of sleep and go work like a 12-hour day. So I don't get like that good 2-poop morning. I might get the 1 poop, but I'm a 2-poop morning guy.
Yeah.
Like take the first one, and then like 30 minutes later got the second one. And so on Sundays I don't get that second one, and so sometimes around 5 o'clock I start like getting the gurgle McGurgles, and it sucks and it hurts, and I gotta hold it, and then everyone leaves, and I make sure I'm the only person there, and I'll go into the ladies' room
Oh, you're a
and
ladies'
go
room
use
pooper?
the ladies. Yeah, like I am definitely a ladies' room pooper.
It's only the ladies' room when there's ladies there.
Yeah, exactly. And technically in Illinois they're all gender neutral.
No. All single occupancy bathrooms are gender
Well,
neutral.
that's not what I tell people when I get caught in there. But so there is a crazy side story here, though. There was some customer came in a while back, and people have said this like Finn's is haunted, like the building's haunted. And some lady came in, and she's like claimed to be a medium, and said, "Yeah, like there's 2 ghosts that are in here, and one hangs out in the women's bathroom."
I think it's
And
a
so-
medium. I think it's a medium. The
Medium?
median's in the middle of the highway.
Okay, I didn't fucking have no idea.
I hate when you're
As soon
on
as
the
I said it,
media.
as soon as I said it, I started thinking about it. I'm like, was that the right word?
Absolutely not. But it's fun. It's still fun.
This is still good.
And so, like she said, though, like one of the ghosts hangs out in the women's bathroom. So every time I'm in there, I go to like the
Just a ghost watching you shit.
and I
like
mean, and I'm like,
spirits.
and I'm dropping bombs, bro. Like this isn't like 1, 2, 3. This is a
Bombs
it's a
of
fucking-
Baghdad.
yeah, it's it's a trumpet solo in a jazz song. Like,
Jesus.
I don't know how else to explain it, but that was pretty good. And so I'm always thinking.
It was pretty. Very, I feel like I was there. Yeah.
And so I'm
I
sitting
feel
there,
like I can't wait
but
for your
I
children
can't help
to listen
but
to this
think like,
episode.
sorry, Mrs. Ghost or Mr. Ghost or whoever's in here. Like in my head, it's a lady because it's a
Oh.
ladies' room.
It would be really creepy if there was a male ghost hanging out in the women's
Yeah,
room now.
right.
Fucking pervert.
If
But
you
yeah,
were a
I
male
mean,
ghost, where would you hang out?
Charlie's.
And
Charlie's, yeah,
bathroom.
yeah.
The
But-
Charlie's bathroom.
Yeah.
But you know
no,
what I
not
mean,
the
like-
bathroom, man. I
You know
would
what
be
I mean?
a bathroom
but
ghost.
like working at bars and
Are
shit.
you kidding
like,
me?
working at bars, like a lot of like bars that I've worked at had really nasty bathrooms. Like
Terrible.
you know, like a lot of dive bars have shitty. Like I give them credit here because this is actually a really clean bathroom. But
Mickey
there's-
Finn's has elite
yeah.
public bathrums. We
But
were
there's the
talking
three
at the
stalls
door.
next to each other. Like I don't like playing battle shits with anyone either, man. Like if I'm dropping them, I like to be in the comfort of my home spot. You know, grab the wall over here, grab the fucking towel rack here, and like just like go. I don't like to like feel the pressure of someone next to me.
Yeah, the worst is when you're trying to like have a sniff and people just keep shitting, and you're just like, God, dude, come on. You know.
I wonder why we don't have more female listeners.
Yeah. So I'm as your guest. As your guest, I just want to jump in and ask what you guys are eating. First of all, I'm a home pooper. Like
See, that's what I mean. You gotta be a home
at
pooper.
all
Dude,
costs.
I've driven home from Mickey Finn's
Just to
and
poop.
just to poop and come
Yeah,
back.
No, and that's
In the
that's
middle of
valid.
the day.
That's valid.
It's like 10 minutes each way. It's 100%
I
worth
did
it.
use-
and
And,
you
they
know
don't even have bad bathrooms, but it's just like
no, but people
let my
appreciate
dogs
that.
out, take a shit.
It's
you know,
respectful.
it's
I
a
did
pit
used
stop.
to do that when or I would walk down to another restaurant on this street from here and do that, which is I'm not
Just
going
to
to
poop
mention.
there.
Yeah, but yeah, it was
So
you can go in the back and nobody.
This
even
is a
sees you
great
come in.
topic,
It's
by the
great.
way.
this is what we got.
I mean,
bro.
this is no, I like it. I like the
This is what we
I
do.
like the where do you poop?
yeah, like shitting at work is hard.
I'm
Like,
going to
it's-
add one of my things to my podcast is where do you poop?
Where do
Yeah,
you
I think
poop?
it's a fast like rapid fire question. Like where do you
There's
poop?
there's
Dude,
a funny,
I would
like,
say women definitely put a lot of thought into public bathroom use because they seem to have like a whole fucking system. And it
There's
involves,
a-
like,
I was-
it
so-
involves backup. I mean, they
there's
have,
a,
they
there's a
backup.
girl.
There's couches in there
There's a
sometimes.
girl-
What are those for?
There's
for
a
the
girl
friends
on like
waiting?
Instagram and shit, and it's like,
funny
look at the
stuff.
places where I poop, and she's like English or Australian or something like that,
Wow.
and she literally goes to like the nicest public bathrooms. Like she's like,
Yeah.
look at where
What
I
are
took
you
a shit.
following on
Dude,
Instagram?
it's so funny, but she's
Like,
like, look at where I took a shit
Kind of
in
bothers
New
me
York
that I'm
City.
this close to
And
you.
it's like the upper like level of like the library. She's like, look at, and then she rates the toilet paper and stuff like that.
Really?
But it's fucking hilarious.
So
No,
this has
no, I
become
like it, I
popular
like it,
enough
I
that
like it.
there's actually a few really big accounts like this. But we're talking about like this girl goes into like 100-year-old Fifth Avenue buildings in New York that are like all marble with like gold handlebars, fucking bathrooms.
what
that,
is
like,
it called? It's like rate my
totally
shit or
insane.
something like that.
I don't know,
I
but
think it
there's
should be called I pooped here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
it's-
I'm going to try my
It's
own
really funny
version of
because she's
that.
got like the English accent and everything, and she's like,
Oh,
you know,
well, that makes it
and look at
10
the
times
look at the
better.
water fountain. You know, like that was a terrible English accent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was-
know
that was
what
great,
they'd
but
say if I
so.
tried to like go poop in the rookery or something
The
downtown. You know what I'm saying? Just like,
Okay.
just a big
May I
fat
see-
sweaty guy walks in. I'm like, can I use the bathroom?
May I
They're
see a
like,
dessert menu and
"Absolutely
your
not."
bathrooms?
I will skip on the coffee tonight
Yeah.
because I like to poop at home.
Yeah, right.
I'll
Yes.
take my cannoli on the shitter.
Wow. Yes, and cannoli and shitter go very well together. I have 1,000 jokes
You've
that
painted
I'm not going towards.
Quite
on
the
that one.
picture.
Yes.
Mr.
I mean, I
Rafferty.
don't know. This is just what I
Wow.
think of something.
And that part of the thing was sponsored by. Speaking of sponsors.
Speaking of sponsors,
Okay, how come you guys like this is crazy to me because I listen to your guys' show like
We've been
Every-
begging North Shore adult diapers pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, but
it's like them and Uber.
actually
And
after
Arby's.
this, I think they. I
What
think
the
they
fuck
should.
happened to Arby's? I thought we were making a run at
I
Arby's.
know,
know. I
we
talked
were-
mad shit on
But
Arby's. They're
but,
not
but on
into
a
it.
serious note, like your guys' show is great. I've listened to every single episode you guys done, and I have
Have
no
you really?
I have no idea.
Thank you.
I have no idea why you guys don't have a sponsor. Like, they're you guys are talking about beers and talking about whiskeys and talking about all these different drinks. Like, this is a great place that I personally think that a beer distributor, like anybody, that they could sponsor here. Like,
That is true.
I have local sponsors for my show, and what we're doing is very very targeted. But honestly, anybody listening to the show that knows anybody they want to sponsor something about, you guys are bar industry, like everything. There's value in this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but sponsors want you to say nice things
no,
about
not
their
all
product.
of them. Not all of them. Well, not all of them do. But what
I'll
if
be
you,
like,
what
And
if
if you pay us money, I promise we will.
Yeah.
I mean, we're begging for North Shore adult diapers. Have any of you guys ever worn any of them?
yeah, but there's no
Because
bad
they
reviews.
suck.
Like,
No.
like shit.
They're itchy.
Shit myself. Didn't get on my jeans. 10 out of of 10. I mean, there's no bad review for diapers, right?
Okay, so let me
That's
retract.
what you would think.
Let me
That's
re-
what you would think, buddy.
Unless you shit yourself and you did get on
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
As an adult man, having a diaper blowout is fucking humiliating.
Yeah. But that's what, like, whiskey is like subjective. Like, pooping your pants is like, did it catch it or not? I mean,
Right. And that's why I'm going to start a TikTok channel that says that might make you poop, and then we can go around and we can eat, and we can have tacos somewhere, and we'll be like, that might make you poop.
What,
And
what
like,
did
we could
what
just
was
go
the,
eat.
What was the name of this episode? Fucking shitload of carnitas.
Yeah.
Shit ton of carnitas or whatever. But no, I'm serious that I think that you guys should have a sponsor for it's 4 Shots Podcast. We could have one shot of everybody's liquor.
Yeah.
And they should sponsor
Dude,
your podcast.
who
'cause
wants
you
to
guys have
sponsor
great
the
stuff.
first shot?
But so I start talking about sponsors, and you guys talk about shitting yourself. So maybe we need like
Yeah, we're not
Refocus,
very
yeah.
focused.
just I mean, as a marketing guy, I'm just saying. But
We
I
do
think that
drink on this
somebody needs to
podcast,
pick this up because hey, if you're out there and you're listening, like somebody needs to pick this up.
I do
a good call.
thank you very much for
I think
saying
it's
that
great.
someone should sponsor us. Like that.
They
we're-
should because
that-
you have
that's actually a
quality
very good
content with
compliment.
what you guys
you
do.
know, right? You're right. We should get paid for this. Damn it.
Oh my god!
Where's fucking Brennan at?
Right.
Yeah.
By the way,
Hey, Brendan, we're plugging your fucking bar in here every week.
Right.
Come on, throw us a bone.
and before we get done, can I get
Just kidding. He
can I
lets
get
us
paid
do
now
this.
for being on here?
Yeah, yeah, man.
okay,
Yeah,
give-
yeah.
Give me the cash. Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we going from here?
Where's
We
my
just-
checkbook?
He's gonna get the old one of these.
All right.
And our- and our- and-
Whoa.
And then we could do a spot like this episode is brought to you by Pooping in Public, and Pooping in Public is brought to you by
Shit ton of
Carnitas.
carnitas. Yeah.
shit ton of carnitas, and that's why we're pooping today. But I want to know what you guys eat.
And the
'cause
shit ton of
that's-
carnitas this episode was brought to us by.
Exactly. See, we have 5 sponsors already. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. I didn't mean to manipulate.
No,
but
that's
no,
great.
I love
Point.
I love what you guys are doing, and I think that somebody should get behind this and like help you
Thank
guys
Well,
out.
Thank you.
I mean, I know
appreciate
what kind of time and commitment it takes to put out a podcast, and if people are listening, like help these fuckers out.
it. And you got to understand, the 3 of us are all fucking still like working.
Yeah.
Well,
like
we're
how many
wor-
hours did you work
that
last week,
doesn't-
including
No,
Finn's,
but you're
man?
working now.
Oh, dude, I
This is
worked
work.
46 hours and then 2 like 5-hour shifts at Finn's, basically.
Yeah.
So
No, well, I slept 5 hours last week,
Yeah.
so that's good.
That's good.
I mean,
man.
that should be sponsored by some. My sleep should be sponsored by somebody.
Who the fuck is Serta?
Exactly. Exactly. Ooh, Serta.
Oh, hey,
And
guys.
adult diapers.
we got 3 downloads last week.
Yeah. All right. Give a shout out.
One Dustin episode, 1 Rolf episode, and 1 Handsome Dan episode.
Oh.
Right, and that's
And
where
those are downloads?
and
Those
that's
are just downloads. That doesn't even include YouTube. Where
and honestly, that's where the edit should come.
Yeah.
Oh, cut, and then we keep going. I got what you're saying. All right. Well, earlier you lied to me. You said you didn't
Get
have
300 300 downloads last week.
Yeah.
no,
That's
3.
fantastic.
Oh,
100.
yeah. 3.
Work with me here,
Oh, fuck.
fuckers. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
it's
I
all
see.
about
Oh, yeah.
perception.
I'm
Come
sorry.
on.
1,000.
Yeah, no,
You had
300.
you had 300
Yeah,
downloads.
yeah.
Okay, wait.
We'll edit it so
Wait,
I
wait,
just say
no,
3,
wait,
and then a
wait.
woman just
No,
says
wait.
1,000.
No, here you go.
Million.
Now, here you go. Ready? You're ready? Ready? And then pause for 3 seconds.
And we're going.
We just
You had 300
Let's just
downloads
shitload of
last
carnitas.
week.
Huh?
That was a good week for
let's
us.
just
yeah.
record a clip of Bree saying 1,000. So it's just like me saying 3, and she's like 1,000. It'd be so good.
Perception is reality, folks.
That's true.
So I'm
It's
saying,
like, have you seen Orgasmo?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
of course,
It's
one of
like
my
bring in
favorite
the
movies.
stunt cock, and like they cut, and
Stunt
it's just
cock.
a black guy all of a
Yep.
sudden.
Stunt cock.
He's like this
One of the
little
best movies
nerdy
of all
white guy,
time, by
and he's
the way.
like bringing the
One of the
stunt
best
cock,
movies of
and
all
just, now all of a sudden it's a black dude.
All right. We gotta make sure you can edit this, by the way.
Yeah. All right. So earlier you lied to me. You said you didn't have a pooping your pants story. When
Me?
in fact,
Are you talking
do.
to me?
I am talking to you.
Oh. No, I didn't lie to you. I didn't accentuate the story. Okay. If we really have to talk about pooping your pants, I think I have an epic pooping your pants story about DJ life and talk about being on the spot and having to be your best and making sure everybody expects perfection.
And no
Right.
shit in your pants.
Yeah, I mean it's not part of my contract.
Call me-
It's implied.
It's called
Maybe
being
it's kind of
professional.
implied,
It's
right?
implied. It's implied.
You can't show
So-
up and be like, you didn't say I couldn't. Yeah.
So let me set the stage.
Yeah.
So I could possibly have DJ'd something the night before and had a very late night, and at that point I wasn't taking care of myself like physically, or mentally, or any standpoint. So I drove out, and and I can name the place because now it's coined to Randall Oaks Country Club. So Randall Oaks Country Club, beautiful wedding, beautiful setting.
How long ago was this when you?
Dude,
Were you
it was
like-
a long time.
Were you
ago.
like
back,
a young
back when I used to shit
Yeah.
my pants.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I
It was
wasn't.
before time.
I wasn't
Before
5.
time.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean,
I was a grown adult.
There
Yeah.
basically
Grown-ass
is like
man.
it's time before you shit your pants last and time after you
Right.
shit your
And you know what? Anybody listening is judging
when
me
did
right
you get
now.
married?
We've
Like
all
10
shit
year-
our pants.
10 years after I shit my pants. You know?
Right. And you know, anybody that wants to judge, everybody shit their pants. I know girls shit their pants all the time.
Yeah.
So you know, if you're listening, you can laugh at me all you fucking want.
There's probably somebody listening who's shitting their pants right now.
You know what? Amen. I hope they are.
Yeah.
And I hope they have like wipes and stuff.
Yeah.
So get ready to go. The wedding's getting underway, ready to go, and you know everything starts with introductions, and you get kind of a little bit nervous, whatever. But I'm not feeling good the whole day. It could be because of the night before,
Yeah.
possibly. I don't know. So at Randall Oaks, there's like banquet hall, and then across the street's like the golf club. Randall Oaks, I'm really sorry, and you will never sponsor this show after this, by the way. So I'm like,
We
I'm,
can- we
not,
can
I'm,
bleep
not,
them out.
I'm not feeling good, but I'm like, okay, I can make it through this. So I think I had a couple drinks to get myself like back in and do what I'm doing. So I go over, and there's the locker room and like kind of like the golf shop, whatever. And
Like, what time is this at?
This is like probably like 5:30 at night.
At night, and you're still feeling shitty from the night before.
I didn't say when I stopped
Oh,
drinking.
Okay.
So when you say the night before,
From
it
the
could,
morning
it could
up.
have been,
Yeah.
it could have been whatever. At that point in my life, who knows? So I walk across. I go to the golf club. I'm like, all right. I thought I had to use the restroom. I'm like, all right. So go in. I'm feeling okay. I'm like, all right. Well, I'm good. So I'm like, they're like, I get a text or whatever saying, hey, you need to get back in here. Introductions are in like 3 minutes. They're antsy. Like we have in Randall Oaks, they have to like move the stage off the dance floor, like all this weird shit. So you have to do everything like right on time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're like, you got 3 minutes. I'm like, okay, I wasn't feeling good, whatever. Washed off my face, get back in. I'm like, all right, I can do this. Like introductions are the best part, like to do what I'm doing. So I get in there, didn't have to go to the bathroom.
This is when
Fine.
you're calling out like the bridal party.
Yeah,
or
and,
whatever,
and
right?
I think at that time,
Next comes Kim and Stan. or whatever.
Yeah.
and then so I had somebody else.
She's wearing sunglasses inside.
Right. She likes to party. She likes
She's
movies about
cool.
gladiators, and she really likes to. So I go out there.
I feel like I was that one.
Yeah, exactly. I can do a whole introduction for you guys if you want. So
Can you do
I
that?
go. I will. I'll be happy to. And I'll make the shit up as I go along. So I go across, and it was like just across the parking lot, so it's no big deal. So you had to go over there. Whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm feeling fine. Everything's cool. So I'm making my walk back. I step off the curb. Fuck. Being completely vulnerable, completely shit my pants, running down your leg, shit your pants. Right?
Yeah.
Just a step down guy. Like
I
like
don't
there,
know.
There
Hey,
was, there
I
was
was-
no warning or anything.
There was
It
no
just
more. I
like-
went over to go to the bathroom.
Could have
and
been the
I was
altitude
fine.
change.
I was going. Could have been the altitude in Algonquin or wherever the fuck I was. Right.
6
So I'm
inches
like,
shorter.
God damn it. So
Paramedic pressure or something.
paramedic so I have like 4 minutes, and I shit myself. So I'm so sorry for anybody listening. Thank God, only one of my parents are alive at this point. I love you, mother, in heaven. But she already knows the story, and she's
But in
gone.
reality, this is
So,
like a real issue.
People
Like,
shit their pants.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. If you're listening to me and you're judging me, you know,
And
I
like-
hope you
like
should.
you did it
You
the
just
worst
haven't
way
shit
tomorrow
your
on the way to
pants
work.
yet.
4 times
Yeah.
now for judging the one.
Exactly. Hope it runs in your shoe. So
If you haven't shit your pants, you suck at partying.
Exactly.
Whatever.
So I run back into place. I'm like, oh my God, thank God there's a locker room and everything's fine. So take off my pants, take off my underwear, throw them in the freaking garbage. They got showers there, kind of stick your butt in the
Just fucking
shower or
ass up
whatever.
with the coat on still, too.
No, seriously. I'm
There's a
washing myself
cummerbund
in a
up on your
tuxedo.
nipples.
Seriously, wash yourself in a tuxedo as much as you can. Throw your underwear in the garbage. Do whatever you can. Wash it up. And now,
Just under
it's,
the
it's
hand
not like I
dryer
get to
with
go
your
lay
pants.
down somewhere now. And I'm like, oh, I should poop myself. So I wash up, do whatever, get clean, go walk in. Literally 20 seconds before I walk in the room.
Were you wearing
I
the
have
same
to go.
pants?
Well, I didn't have an extra pair. I
You
didn't
just
shit
like-
out of my pants. I just shit like my underwear.
Okay.
So underwear in the garbage. I washed myself with soap everywhere. They had a locker room, whatever.
Yeah, that's deluxe, dude. That's a. I
Oh
did.
my God. You
I
guys
just
are all
sh-
dicks.
I
by the
just
way.
shoved my
You're all
undies.
dicks.
I used a lawn
So,
sprinkler in a
no,
sock.
no, there's actually a funnier part about that because it must have been connected or something. Because I'll finish that. So I actually walk in the room, and you're sitting, and once again, how we go back to the most important day of somebody's life. So I have a list in front of me to read these people's names. But this was the night where it's like, it's Sharon. She likes basketball. She likes basket weaving, and her mom is a so like the whole thing, right? And now I'm thinking, I shit myself once. It could possibly happen again during the introductions of whatever. And I have a long night to go. We were just in the beginning.
Yeah.
So do the introductions. Everything's fine. The guy next to me, who's supposed to be my partner, got everybody lined up because I couldn't line them up. He is still dying laughing, standing next to me. I'll never forget the look on his face because he's watching me like I'm grabbing the mic. I'm like
And he
trying
knows,
to
like, you
fucking
did it.
powerhouse it. And he's looking at me. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I fucking shit myself. Fucking deal with it. I got to do my fucking job right now."
Yeah.
So you do it. You fucking nail it. Everything. So he ends up, and then he goes to the bathroom. Remember, he goes, "Dave, you got to shove the shit fucking down." Like I'm like, I was in a fucking hurry.
Yeah.
I was in a hurry. I actually messed myself and I had to run back and I had a job to do. So I did my job well.
Yeah.
I mean, both places.
Dude,
One
and
accidentally.
let
and
me-
the
let
other
me
one,
say
like,
one
yeah,
thing to you.
Yeah.
The great ones play hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
great
know.
ones
And
play
I mean, I
hurt.
might have, I might have walked in, but I limped back.
Yeah.
So, but I did everything I could. I cleaned myself up. Everything was fine. I was like, because I'm a clean freak. I shower like 2-3 times a day.
Yeah.
So like shitting yourself in public is kind of a big deal to me, especially at work when you're getting paid $300 an hour. You can't poop yourself just in public.
That's pretty. That's
So,
a big
but
deal to
hey,
everybody.
and they never knew, except for the guys that went to the bathroom because that shit stuck to the wall like the entire night. Like people said,
Could have been
garbage.
anybody.
It could have
Oh,
happened to
man.
anybody. I was an innocent
Oh,
bystander.
Could've
that
happened
was
to anybody.
that was one time, but I did have another guy in Wakanda. So he calls me. He's like, "Dave, we're having an issue." Like he's like, "I'm sick," because my thing was, if you're sick and you do what I do, either you better be dead or have a fever, like whatever. Like
Yeah.
if you're shitting yourself, wear a diaper. If you're vomiting, go outside, vomit.
It's the
and come
old
back
school
in.
service industry.
You
like,
have
you
to be there.
You show up, and if I can make you go home, cool.
No,
But, like, you have to
we
show
have no,
up.
we have no backup
Yeah.
for that.
Well,
Like
that's
you
what I mean,
get
like,
to the
if you
job
get
and you're
there-
sick.
yeah.
So he's at Mill Creek Banquets in Wakanda. One of my old best friends, and he calls me. He's like, "Dude, I'm not fucking feeling well. Somebody's gonna fucking hook me up." I'm like, "Dude, we got nobody. You already started. We have nobody that can get there, and you're already there. You already made your presence, so they're expecting you." He's like, "I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen." So, story goes, he's getting ready for introductions again, and he's like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have explosive like Mexican vacation diarrhea,
Yeah.
like Montezuma's Revenge,
Yeah.
like whatever." So he goes to the
Shitload of
bathroom. He goes to
shitload
the
of
bathroom.
carnitas.
There's two shitload of carnitas getting fucking diarrhea. He goes to the fucking bathroom. There's 2 stalls and they're full, and he's clenching butt cheeks, sweating, like whatever. Opens the door, runs outside, goes outside to the side of Mill Creek Banquets, drops trow, explodes on the side. Whatever. Same thing, grabs his, and we actually made a mock video of this later to reenact the entire thing, but has to lose his underwear, throw him on the ground, run back in, and do it.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that nobody, like, if you were to talk to somebody that were at, they would never know
Never
we're
know.
sick
Yeah.
because we do our job. You posse
Yeah.
up and you do whatever you have to.
Like,
So I'm glad that I have a podcast to reflect us shitting ourselves on the job because actually it shows we did our job.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I
And
probably
that's
I
one of the
limited
things-
to like 9 beers after that because I
That's-
wasn't feeling.
But that's
good.
like that's the point of this whole
I mean, somebody's
thing is
gotta
like
do it.
if you worked in an office at like
You shit
Medline-
yourself, you go home.
Yeah, or
I-
like if you shit yourself,
not
you're,
feeling
I'm
well.
not. Like I might shit myself. I'm not.
Are you
coming in all
kidding?
week.
If you work for a Fortune 500 company, you're like,
Yeah.
my tummy
but
hurts. I'm
but not
staying
only
home.
do you have to do that here in this business, but you better fucking be good too. Like you better not fucking. You
No,
can't
you
show
gotta
up.
be on your
Yeah,
game
like,
all the time.
Oh.
You know what? Your tummy rumbles a little bit, and you're the corporate. I got to run it up the flagpole. Corporate talk person.
Literally
you stay home because you got
shit your
97
pants.
sick days.
sprayed off with a fucking hose next to a golf cart.
Exactly.
And
Or-
fucking gotta go
yeah,
back and play the
exactly.
fucking cha-cha
Four.
song.
Right. Or just wipe it on a Toyota Corolla and go in.
A fucking
I mean,
like
you gotta do what you
a
gotta
fucking
do.
golf bag towel just.
But that's what
Get
you
the
have to
fuck
do
outta
when
here.
you own your own business in the service industry. You do
Dude,
what you have to do, and
yeah.
you show up good.
There's
Say
like there
whatever
wa-
happens
yeah.
after that, it's
There
fair
is
game.
no I'm sick.
So anybody making fun of me for shitting my pants and going back to work,
Technically,
I got a
you
middle
suck,
finger
yeah.
for you. You
Yeah.
suck because
Yeah.
guess what? And I rocked that party, and everybody had fun.
Yeah.
And until now, nobody knows I shit my
And
pants.
some of
except
them
for the
probably
guys that
shit their
work.
pants later on that night
You know,
too.
they probably shit their pants there.
Yeah.
Right. But guess what? Or they left because they didn't have my tummy.
Never
hurt.
trust
Yeah.
a sneeze.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
never
all right,
trust a
all right. Let's
fart
keep going.
either.
That was
Yeah.
that was
All
fucking
right.
great.
Thank you.
great.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
that
Jared.
break. I'm so glad I'm here tonight.
So, like our favorite guests always do, Dave, you gave me a list of just one-liners here. We're gonna go through them all. Like I'm gonna try to get as many in as we can. You got a bunch. Let's go. Brett Michael photo booth.
All right, so my buddy at Austin's Fuel Room hired us to come over there and do a photo booth. Love him. I'm big fan of the Fuel Room. So we did a photo booth there one night, and
I went there once and there was
whatever.
go-go dancers and I was like, I'm never coming here again. I
that's
just am
that's
never
the
coming
reason
here
I-
again.
that's the reason I
You
go.
didn't- yeah, you didn't like
Come on.
go-go dancers.
I just thought it was so over the top for Route 137 in Libertyville. I don't know what it was, but
Everybody's got their thing.
Was it brunch? Were you there for the brunch?
I don't know.
Did they
what
have
it was.
go-go dancers at brunch? I'm going to
do.
brunch at the wrong place.
They do a lot of crazy brunch stuff over there.
No. All right. Well, and that go to brunch. There's a sponsor right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, they
Go-go dancers at brunch.
The Fuel Room's also a super aggressive name for a Libertyville place. I don't know why. It just cracks me up.
All right.
All right. So anyway,
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm
So
talking shit,
anyway,
but
no. I love it over there. The
And go.
so they're doing a Brett Michaels concert, which is funny because that's the same night I met my last ex-wife there. So walking through the parking lot and they're like, "Hey, we need a photo booth here because we're gonna do Brett Michaels." There's concerts happening.
What
tonight,
band
so
was
we
that?
wanna
Was
have
that
a photo booth."
Poison? Was Brett Michaels Poison?
Yeah.
Right?
No,
so.
no. Yeah.
Was it Poison, right?
Jesus, what are we all like?
Google it.
Whatever. Anyway, so Brett
he's
Michaels.
100 times more famous from like MTV reality.
No,
show.
so-
I don't know,
No,
man. Poison was huge.
No,
back
so
in
here's the
He
thing.
dated Heather Locklear, bro.
Yes.
Like he was banging Heather Locklear before Tommy, before all those other guys got. Like he was
Poison.
like the first. Yeah.
Right, Poison.
Okay.
Poison.
So Brett Michaels is
Yeah,
walking-
look it up. I'm just saying.
We're loading in. Brett Michaels is walking through the parking lot. He had so much plastic surgery, he looks like shit, whatever. But he's doing the same. He's doing the show. He's doing the MTV show at the time,
Yeah.
where it was like he had all the girls with
Yeah.
him and whatever. So we do the photo booth.
What was it? Shot at Love. right? Shot at
Something
Love.
love.
It was a Shot of Love.
Something love.
Shot of penicillin.
Right, which it should have been. So we do the photo booth for all the guests, and as the show gets done, somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey,
Are you?
Hey, Brett,
You're
let's-
outside for the whole thing? Like,
no,
you didn't
like
get-
I'm outside in that. I'm not in the actual.
Like you're in the parking
fuel
lot out
room.
there doing it
No,
up.
not in the parking lot.
Oh.
Like, I haven't worked in a parking lot since I was 18, man.
He's like, you're doing the
I
photo
mean,
with the parking
that
lot.
was a different stuff. Like right when you walk in the door to the left, like where
Okay.
they have like
Okay.
a
I
pinball
know what
machine
you're
or a
talking-
claw
yeah.
machine, whatever.
Yeah.
So we were there, so we did it for all the guests and everything. And then at the end of the show, Brett requested that we move the photo booth for him, and it was like was it Girls of Love or whatever the show is called. So he wanted it on his own. So when we're outside and the girls that were coming in for Poison, like during the photo booth thing, there was probably 20 girls that took their shirts off in the photo booth to take pictures. So no, it's something of love. I'm gonna figure it out. So
I think it was a shot of
Rock of Love.
Rock of Love.
Is
Was
that
it
it?
called Rock of Love? So he
I
wants
have
it
Wikipedia page up already,
upstairs.
I can-
Now the photo booth weighs 400 pounds, and it's me and my buddy Greg, and so he wants it like private, so he can be with the girls and do things
Like
in the photo
motorboat
booth.
them and
So
get handies.
You're
I don't-
totally
I don't
totally underestimating
I
the
don't, yeah, I don't
situation.
think he's getting handy.
You're totally
You're
interested.
Brett Michaels and you're getting a hand job. Jesus, dude.
Yes, exactly.
Why didn't
Whoa,
you do
whoa,
the
whoa,
show?
We're on a TV show.
What was the name of the
It's
show?
like
Rock of
it
Love.
was
Rock
Rock
of
of
Love,
Love.
okay.
Rock of Love. So we carried the photo booth up these like whatever stairs. You wonder why I had hernia operations. But 400 pounds for two guys, and that's a big deal. And I'm sure we had bouncers like help us like bring it up. But when we brought it up there, like Brett would be in there and other girls would be in there, and there were more girls making out with their shirts off and doing
Extracurricular activities.
Extracurricular activities. That it was like we would stand back, and there was curtains on the photo booth, so like girls would get in the photo booth, and my buddy and I we close the curtains, and they would get in, and they open the curtains on both sides to make sure that we both saw. Like, well, you press the button here, you're taking 3 pictures, whatever, and then we close the curtains to be courteous because we're gentlemen,
Yeah.
of course.
Right.
I mean,
Be a lot easier if I got in and show you.
right. So, needless to say, it was an extremely interesting night. And then he would get in, like when he got done, and wipe the sweat off. He looked like, Kenny Rogers looked with the plastic surgery. Like Brett Michaels at that time was an ugly woman.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go on record saying he was an ugly woman. And Brett, if you want to fight me, it's fine. Is he still alive?
Yeah, man.
He
I think
should.
so.
on,
He
let me
shouldn't
check.
be. He shouldn't be. But
If
he
he
was.
is,
He
he'd
looked
split at the seam.
terrible. He was terrible, and the fact that he was on an MTV show at that time was actually terrible as well.
He's 60.
He's 60,
Yeah.
Okay.
He's alive.
so he's 20 years older than me.
I heard he's going to be the next host of what is it? The Gray.
No, he's
the
running
Gray
for president.
Bachelor or whatever. The Silver
The
Bachelor.
golden.
Yeah.
He'll be dead
Golden,
before
yeah,
that
it's
happens.
Golden,
The
yeah.
golden. He was the
That's
something.
going to be him next.
The something bastard would
Yeah.
probably be it.
Yeah.
So that was a very interesting night that we got to like. It was one of those things you just never know what you're getting. Like the
Yeah.
shit I did, you never know what you're getting
Like
into.
when it's
It was
happening, you're just
that.
like, all right, this is happening.
No, and he was like, "Hey, move it up."
Was he cool at all, or was he like a dick?
He was totally cool to me.
Was he?
He was fine. He was
That's
like,
awesome.
well, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that," and I wasn't paid for any of that because the owner of the establishment over there was awesome, and he paid me for what I needed to do, and we charged
Yeah.
for photos downstairs, and then we move upstairs, and after that, that was complete entertainment for me. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, just to be.
I
like,
should have paid
that's
them.
that's a story. Yeah.
I should have paid them to be there. So that it was a lot of fun. But you know what? That's one of those things back in your younger years that you go, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
You
now
don't-
I have a story to
you don't
tell.
get to do
and
that
now
as
it's
a-
immortalized because it's on the Four Shots podcast. Sponsored by nobody right now, but as you should sponsor.
Step right up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it right now. We'll be sponsored by the Poison Reunion Tour.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? And I did not have
Playing
those
at
photos. I
Fairgrounds
do not.
near you.
I do not have those photos saved on a flash drive. Just so everybody knows, we
Does
never saved anything.
I know why
Does
people,
not.
people keep saying that about you, but
I have
yeah.
nothing saved on a
Wha-
flash drive.
I believe it.
I have
Yeah.
zero,
No
zero,
way.
zero evidence of anything. So anybody that's ever taken a picture in a photo booth of mine where you did things you weren't supposed to, I don't have those saved on a hard drive.
Right. Why would you even say that? Why would anybody even think
All
that?
right.
Right.
That's
I,
too
I
bad
have
'cause
no
people
idea.
pay top dollar for pictures of 50-year-old chicks making out.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, you guys should see my OnlyFans page. Sorry. Because you know what? I only
keep
have
going.
one fan.
Let's
Yeah.
keep going.
Only
and it's
fan?
me. That's why they
Keep
call it
going.
OnlyFan.
All right, next one on the list.
Yes.
You got to hear as Throat Punch.
All right, so this one's a simple one. This is why you don't be a nice guy. So I'm DJing a party at the Pleasant Prairie, where the across from the outlet malls, whatever. So
Yes.
I'm gonna do this as non-racist or anything as possible.
Please.
When you say
Preferred.
when you say the word racist, you're actually racist,
The fact
right?
that you had to
So
state that.
there-
Was a little
Right. So actually, it just
Lord,
sets
cool.
it sets a story.
So all these fucking white people were
Right,
That's, not how
that's
it's
what
gonna
I'm
go.
saying. So there's a guy getting picked on the entire night, and he walks into the parking lot, and he's being harassed by like 3 guys, right? I'm just loading my shit up, trying to get out of there, and it was a party I stayed at way too late. I shouldn't have stayed. I shouldn't have done what I did, and like kept playing music because shit was getting out of control. So the guy's going in the parking lot, and he's followed by a bunch of dudes out there, and they're messing with him, going to beat the shit out of him. So I walk up because I can't sit in my car, and my friend Juan, who used to work for the Lake County Sheriff, is like, dude, just let him go. And I was on the phone with him, just let him go. I'm like, so I'm going to watch some guy get the shit kicked out of him. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that. A woman gets picked on or somebody's over, like anybody like that, I stand up no matter what.
Yeah.
So, literally the quickest fight I've ever been in, as I walk out, he's standing there, he's cornered. Walk out in the middle, I'm like, hey, what the fuck are you guys? Before I could even say it, one guy fucking MMA me, like with the between your thumb and your finger, hits me square in the fucking throat. It drops me to the fucking ground before I can get out. Like, why are you picking on him?
The hand
Like,
gooch?
drops me down, throat punches me to the ground. Oh, that's how all my friends laugh too. I'm glad you guys fucking think it's funny. But drops me on
sorry
the
that
ground
happened
for
to you,
trying
man.
to take care of an innocent man.
You know how
Like,
many
no,
times
it's fucking terrible.
a day
you
I
stand up
think
for
about
people.
no, but you know how many times a day I think about just like, I swear to God, this guy comes up to me, I'm gonna fucking throat punch.
No,
him
just
real
like
quick.
that. Just
And
like
it
imagine
actually
your
happened
hand
to you.
like that.
Yes.
Like right. And he fucking throat punched me like he was way more in a
Like, and he knew it was going to work too, because
Oh,
he chose
oh,
that
oh,
tactic,
oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He'd third punch other people, so
These
don't
guys
feel bad.
watched me load
So
shit into
awesome.
my car. I was a fat fucking white guy, like walking outside, and at that point, I weighed 60 pounds more than I did now.
You guys, like, I want to punch that guy's
But
throat.
you know
I
what?
just hope he gives
I
me a reason
played that
to.
motherfucker's
Gonna
song like
MacGruber
6
you and
times.
just rip it
Yeah.
out.
And they had zero
sucks.
respect. I walk in the parking lot.
Ah,
I'm
fuck.
trying to defend a defenseless
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Who cares what color they are?
How-
I was like,
How'd that guy turn out? Like, did they
which
just,
guy?
like-
The guy that fucking knocked
No,
me down?
They
no, the
throat
guy
punch
that
him, too?
the guy they were
I have no idea,
Yeah,
dude.
you
I
were
was on the
out.
ground.
Yeah.
I got in my fucking car and left.
They just beat your
And my best friend laughed at me. He goes, "That's what you get for protecting people."
You're just like, sorry, buddy, I tried.
Right. I'm over there, can't breathe, and my friend's laughing at me. He goes, "Dude, what are you doing protecting people?"
That guy just
You
the
can't
guy,
protect people.
originally getting picked on just kicks you too. Like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, the
All
guy
four
who's
of us
trying
are
to
mad
protect
at
me
this
kicks
guy,
me.
right?
Like,
All
yeah,
four of us
fuck
versus
him.
this guy.
He's out. But
But
that's
he's
what you
out
get.
now, so we can all
So,
go our separate ways.
As a public service announcement, I would like to try to say that no matter how big or bad you are, you never know who you're gonna fight.
Throat
You
punch
never
always
know.
wins.
You know
Throat
what?
punch always
Or
wins.
if you are, then throw punch him. Because I got knocked the fuck out like
Ugh.
before, like I could do anything. I just want him to get in his car and leave. I was trying to be a nice guy, so don't be a nice guy. Don't protect people.
Moral
'cause
of the
you're gonna
story is stay in your fucking car.
hit- Right, and that's what my friend who works for the sheriff's department was like, "What are you doing? But don't you like you should protect people?
No, that's very
You should
admirable.
stand up for
That's very
people.
admirable.
Yeah, admirable till you can't talk or breathe. So yeah, so I'll take that. Yeah. Anyway.
You did the right thing.
Right. So I shit myself and got throat punched. What else you guys got? Like,
Hopefully a different night.
What else? What else you got on me?
Let's
All
see.
right, let's go. I mean,
Where
We gotta wrap
we?
up section 2 here.
Yeah.
I think
This
we
is.
got like 10,
We're only at 22 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
we did a lot of talking.
We're at.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're at like 30. We're
All
coming.
right.
All right. Let's go. Getting maced and whatever followed after that.
Okay. So place in Libertyville that used to be the Ramada or whatever is 137 and Milwaukee, and it used to
Yeah.
be a banquet hall, and they had a thing downstairs. This was the worst redneck wedding that I've ever been to. Like, you walk in, like, now we're changing, like, standards to show you that I'm not racist. They're the biggest white trash families that I've ever met in my life. Turns out this family hates this family. And I'm like, okay, cool. I
Like
got
the family's getting married.
Yeah, so bride's family
It's
hates
like Romeo and Juliet.
Hates
Hatfields
a
and
good
McCoys is what I was going to say.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that's the more white trash.
Yeah. Actually, way more white
Wait,
trash
did they
than
get
that.
married? I didn't know they
It's
got
like
married.
the
Yeah.
so
Romeo and Juliet, they got married.
through
That's true.
through the night you could see like tension, even like the first dance, like these people like cross their arms, look at them like
Guy likes Dale
they're,
Earnhardt
like, kind
Jr.
of talking,
you
right?
fucking pussy.
No, a lot of lot of ball caps at the
He
wedding.
drives a
And
Chevy.
right. And not to say anything, but when you have camouflage ball caps at a wedding, and like where like the groomsmen are wearing them, you should beware a little bit. You're not going to get throat punch, but maybe
Yeah.
shot or
Yeah,
like a
bow and arrow in the leg for
See,
sure.
thank you.
Yeah.
Just to the leg,
Yeah.
just to wound me. So throughout the night, everything's like going, and there's a little rift between everything. Everything's happening, whatever. End of the night, I'm like, fuck, shit's gonna fucking go down. Whatever's gonna happen. So anyway, there's a little fight that breaks out, a little one, which turns into a little bit bigger one. A little
It's like
bit
between the
bigger one.
families.
One family to the other family.
Yeah, like
groom's
they're
family to
getting into
bride's
it,
family.
yeah.
They're getting into it. Like, but we're talking like not bridesmaids, groomsmen. It's like uncles, dads,
Third
dads.
cousin.
Probably a lot of uncles involved.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
The guy who's
Right,
the
but
second cousin
they
to
were
both
all
of them
related.
somehow.
Everybody was related. Maybe both sides were
That's
related. I
right.
don't know.
It's like
The
We're
riff
all
was only
third
right.
cousins.
the riff was only 2 generations ago.
Right. Their family tree didn't split a whole lot.
Yeah.
So finally, there's this giant fight that breaks out, and police are called, whatever. So I'm downstairs, and I'm like, all right, we got to get this shit out of here. But the problem is, so in that place, there's if you've been to a place where you go outside of one glass door, and they do it for weather, right? So you go outside one glass door, and then you go through, and then there's a little alleyway, and then there's another glass door.
Yeah.
So by the time that we're trying to pack our shit up and get out, in between those 2 glass doors is an all-out fucking brawl. Blood, on everything.
The boys
Police-
are going at it.
They're going at it like hardcore. So police are there. They go in. They're macing people. So there's one cop there, and I'm like, hey.
In this enclosed space.
In enclosed space, like inside of it, outside of it, most of it's inside, but there's blood like everywhere. It was a serious fight where I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
That's the
as
shit with
fast
like
as we
mace and
can.
pepper spray and stuff. That shit goes everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like you just have to be around it, and
Exactly.
you're fucked up.
And especially in an enclosed area like that.
Yeah.
So I told the officer, I'm like, hey, we're in tuxedos. We are not with the bridal party. We're the DJs. We're trying to get the fuck out of here and into our car, right?
I'm not worried about overalls.
So
Yeah.
apparently
That's
I
a
didn't
funny
tell all
distinction.
of them
Yeah.
because we're carrying speakers. I don't know whether they think we were stealing
I was
them
just
or
about to
whatever.
say they probably thought you were fucking robbing the place.
Right.
Oh,
So
man.
we hit the door. My buddy was smart enough to stay back, and I'm like, dude, let's get in the fucking car and let's get out of here as fast as we can, right? So I hit the door. I hit the middle of the thing. The guy maces, frickin' hits me. I keep walking. I open the next door. Like, if you've ever been maced or ever been,
the
pepper
worst.
sprayed or ever, it is so bad. So I get outside. I'm rubbing my eyes. I
You get
set
the eye
speaker down.
boogers.
Everything. You're
yeah.
like snotting out your everything. So I get outside. I put the speaker down. We're still trying to get out. So by the time I regain like sight and everything, my other guy's like kind of giggling inside, like you fucking idiot.
Shoulda
Like,
waited.
Shoulda waited. Like, what are you in a hurry for? You gonna get in trouble from your wife that you're gonna divorce next week? But it was 2 weeks after. So we get out, and finally, so when I regain sight, I'm going to pick up my speaker, and I look to my left. They have the groom handcuffed behind his back,
Oh,
bringing him
no,
over to the car,
buddy,
right?
No.
but that's not even the best part. So he's brought over. The mom comes out, and she's so fucking pissed that she runs over and jumps on the back of the cop,
Oh,
putting the
no.
groom in the car. So they grab the mom off. They cuff her. They put her in a car. Everybody and their mother are coming out. We have like 2-3 cops dealing with like a serious
wedding.
Yeah,
right,
situation though
yeah.
too, where there were people like, I
Hurt,
mean, to go
I'm
in a
sure,
place
yeah.
where like people like blood, they were beating the crap out of each
Yeah,
other.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm sitting out there and I'm kind of like half like, what the hell's going on? Like still rubbing my eyes, but like, what is going on here?
That's so funny though. We were just talking about how like, literally you had to shit your pants, hand wash your ass, and make it out there to fucking do these stupid intros.
For them,
For one,
for the
and
people.
then in the other one, they're fucking duking it out. Like,
right.
like
And the other one, I'm trying to help an
Yeah.
innocent guy, and I get through
Yeah.
a punch.
you guys ever been to like a rowdy wedding?
I went to one of my cousin's weddings, and every
You
guy,
didn't get maced, did you?
every guy who no, I was like 9,
Okay.
but I'll distinctly remember.
Just make sure it was the same.
I just distinctly
I was like
remember
9.
every guy who wasn't wearing a suit had a wallet chain.
Well, that's just
At
good
the
look. That's
wedding,
good.
like-
That's
That's
fashion,
dangerous.
yeah. Especially back in the '90s, everybody was doing
Yeah,
that.
it was at the
Swingers came out.
it was
fucking-
at the ballroom at NIU.
That's when Nick Carter was really
Nice.
big. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wall chain. Yeah. why
gotta
not?
love that
Nick
Nick
Carter.
Carter.
No,
Yeah.
these dudes
I don't
were
fucking
like,
know. I don't know who I associate with a wallet chain.
Dude, I was rocking
honestly.
a
You know
wallet
that
chain
song
before
that's
Nick
like,
Carter was
I've
born.
never had one.
Someone that's in prison.
You've never had a wallet chain?
No.
I've never had a wallet.
Yeah,
Well,
me
you guys are
neither.
younger than
Oh
me.
man,
yeah, I no. That's-
mid '90s.
So you were
where,
nine- you
where
were
I'm
nine,
from,
you
where I'm
remember
from,
this.
people don't steal things.
Oh, is that why
Um,
they have a wallet? I thought it was
yeah.
fashion.
Their mom buys it for.
Yeah. You know that
They don't
song
carry
like
money.
that's like how do you talk to an angel?
Yes.
I had never seen men cry before that really, and all of a sudden like everyone at this wedding was crying, and people kept like running around doing like flapping wings like this, like how do you talk to an angel? And people were like just losing it. It was fucking crazy. I had never been to a redneck wedding before, and it was something else.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Can you guys believe the price of roofing all these days?
What the fuck?
They were crying. Seriously.
Skyrocket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Skyrocket. Price of roofing.
It's like everything.
Yeah, it's like
Fucking-
everything. There's inflation. There's totally inflation on
All
that.
right. Let's call it there for
Yeah,
this segment.
yeah. I
That is
think
segment
so.
number 2 of this episode of the Four Shots Podcast. Again, we're sitting here with Mr. Dave Wool. Discover downtown Grays Lake, soon to be discover Libertyville, and did you
Who knows from
say
there,
from
baby?
there? Yeah, somewhere else. Coming to a small town near you on the North Shore.
Watch out.
Yeah,
So
watch
do
out,
you
Elgin.
shit your pants.
Elgin's not really
Shit your
North
pants podcast.
Shore. And we're bringing the Shitting on Dates podcast back.
Just a super cut. Oh no!
All right. And that means it's on to segment number 2. Time for shot number 3.
This is only number 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
There's shots.
You know
and
what?
then there's
Hey,
official
guys,
shots.
if you're listening, you better hold on because I don't know what's going to happen next.
All right. Cheers.
I feel like a water balloon right now.
I always say a pimple. Having a burst.
I think it's all right so far. No?
Dude,
I don't know. I don't know what you guys have done before. You got it.
You on the Twitter over there still? You good?
He's on the.
Sunshine?
He's
I'm
on the.
good.
All right. Let's go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for segment 3 of this episode of the Four Shot Podcast. We are here at Charlie's Bar in downtown Grays Lake, Illinois. Sitting with us is Mr. Dave Wool. Again, Dave, thank you so much for coming on.
I apologize for being here.
It's all right.
You don't have to apologize to us. We're enjoying it.
All right,
If you
thank
got other
Yeah,
obligations, then yeah.
No, I apologize
The
to
fact
everybody
that we
listening.
didn't have to
Yeah.
pay you to come hang out with us is awesome.
Yes, it's all right. Yeah, not that anybody knows.
Again, we were just
I'm a
talking.
501c. Is that a thing? I don't know. I just made the number up. It sounds good.
Sounds legit.
But, all right. Again, we were just talking. You are our favorite type of person because you come on here, gave us a list of like shit to bring up, and we only made it through like half of it. So I'm gonna like try to speed through a couple real quick. Let's go. You just said Uncle Ray.
All right, we're gonna make these quick then. We'll
All right,
speed
let's
through.
go.
It's like a speed dating round.
Yeah.
All right. So DJ wedding, for very good friends, and the dance floor opens. Uncle Ray is jamming his heart out. First song
Is
of
he
the
doing
night.
the uncle dance like where you clap and then
Actually, da da
And
da
then
da
double?
da 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 da. Glenn Miller in the mood.
Yeah.
And he's just jamming out, and about 3/4 through the song, he drops.
Ooh.
Heart attack.
Shut the fuck up.
No
He
shit.
died. Did he die?
So he drops on the ground. My mother was actually at the wedding, so he drops. Everything stops. So as DJing it, and I think it was in that wedding, and my friends were DJing it, or like my guys that
Like
work
your
with
company,
me.
yeah.
Yeah. So he drops on the dance floor. First thing I do is I grab the bride and groom because you knew it was fucking really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like he's down, whatever. So we bring the bride and groom in the other room. He's on the ground. My mom runs over, giving him CPR, doing everything they can because Uncle Ray's old and like whatever. They're doing everything they can. The ambulance comes. They take him. We're making this really short. So take him out on a stretcher, get him out of there. I have the bride and groom in the other room. They're taking care of everything they can. But it was like he was the light. I mean, like when he danced, everybody stopped and everybody was watching Uncle Ray
Oh my God.
for about 2.5 minutes.
It's
of
like
the
fucking
song.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah, it's like,
Like when holy fuck.
yeah, but
Way to bring the
like
mood down,
time
bro.
stands still. Everybody's silent. Like 250
Jeez.
people, absolutely silent. Ambulance is
what
there.
did,
It's
like,
like this
what
is
did your-
first song
What
of
did
the night.
Yeah, what did your DJ, the guy who was like,
He
like,
stared at
spin-
me, going, "What the fuck do I do?"
And did you give him like the cut it?
Yeah,
Like,
so they stopped the song. Everything came in.
Just
Like,
literally like,
those guys
"Arr!"
came in, and we didn't. Never been in that situation before.
holy
Right.
shit.
So I bring them out because I don't want them to be around it. You know, everybody else is there. There's people screaming like, "Oh my God, he's dying!" Like they're screaming out loud. Like I have shivers through myself right now thinking about like actually that moment where you see them there. So ambulance comes, they take him out. So we're standing there, And I come back in, and they're in the other room, and I come back up because my guys are like, Dave, what the fuck do we do? Like, what do we do? And this woman comes up, and she goes, honey, right now, let's play Celebration, and let's tell everybody to get on the dance floor for Uncle Ray. She's like talking to me. I look at my friend. He looks at me, and I go, fucking try it. And he goes, I'm not saying shit. So I grab the microphone. I'm like, hey, if Uncle Ray was here right now, he'd want everybody to get back on the dance floor. So let's celebrate for him. Let's pray for him. Let's hope the best for him.
And
Let's do this for Uncle Ray. Play Celebration.
Celebration times. Come on.
Dance floor
It's time
packed.
to sing.
That's a good way to turn that around. Holy fuck,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Holy
but
shit.
kind of like
Holy
one of
shit,
those
dude.
like where you have no like
Yeah.
out of your
If
element.
you didn't
so
shit your
bad.
pants
everything,
at this moment.
right.
Like,
Nobody shit their pants as far as I knew of.
Yeah.
But like and to watch everybody come out and do that as they don't know whether he's going to live or die or anybody comes out, like party turned out great, and at the end of the story Uncle Ray did live.
Get out.
He
fucking
lived, but it was like 2 months in the hospital.
Oh,
All right,
jeez.
but you're all right.
Right, but nobody was calling being like, hey, have a great time tonight, Uncle Ray's okay.
Holy
No,
Dude,
he's in
fuck.
intensive care,
deciding
like,
to call
whatever,
people
like,
back out is like the most extremist
Dude.
version of fake it till you make it.
Can
you
you,
know what I'm
not
saying?
only-
can
It's
you
like,
imagine?
no,
you
no,
in the microphone?
we're gonna
imagine
we're
if
gonna
some-
call him back out, and
Dude.
we're just gonna do it. It's
The
like
balls.
no,
the
no.
balls you have to have. Because, like,
The-
someone could very honestly be like, this is a serious situation. Shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
someone
like,
could shoot you down so hard
holy
right there. And
fuck.
you're like,
Oh my
a
God.
man is dying.
How
Yeah,
do you,
like
how
you're
do you
like
come back from that?
50-50 on it. Like,
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh,
but
man.
no, my DJs gave
Oh,
me the
man.
microphone because they wouldn't do it.
yeah, oh fuck no, yeah, there's no way. I would have told the lady. I would have been like, here, like you obviously know these
She-
people. You
she
talk-
would have been
you speak
great
their
at it.
language.
They're
No,
like, this is your problem,
She
bro.
was a big, fun woman, and she got it started, and everybody came out, and everybody but Uncle Ray lived. But one of the like, you don't expect
holy
situations
fuck.
like
Yeah,
that.
no, that's
Like it's a situation like it could have gone one way or the other. So
Alright.
that's the short version of that one. But and then we finally brought the bride and groom back in when everything was done.
holy shit.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a great time. He was a good dude though. He was a very good dude.
Shout out Uncle Ray.
Uncle Ray. Cheers
Uncle
to you.
Ray.
If I had another
Probably not still around.
All right,
but,
let's
you know.
switch that up and go right into mom's boobs.
Oh, the mom's boob story. Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody familiar with the cha-cha slide?
Yeah.
Anybody, anybody
I
listening?
think everybody is.
the
Oh,
cha-cha
yeah.
slide. So as
Have you ever heard it?
uh,
I know you DJ weddings.
If you grew
but
up in
does
the,
that
if you
happen
grew
at
up in the suburbs, you got
No.
mailed that
No,
CD in the
no,
fucking
no,
early
no.
2000s.
every wedding ever? You've
I
been- yeah.
actually consider it to be like the ghetto hokey pokey,
Okay.
right? I mean, there's
Sure.
there's nothing right. It's the ghetto hokey pokey,
Okay.
and I would say like, okay, if you can get this first part, clap your hands now, y'all.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, oh, you guys got it. All right, this is good.
Yeah.
Right.
He
so,
says 2 times to the right, and I step 2 times to the right.
Right. So I'm glad you said that because so I'm dancing out there, getting them all started and everything. So the mom is in front of me, I'm in back of her, and we say, "Take it back now, y'all." So she took it back now, y'all, and she trips, and she falls back into me. So I try to stop her, and from falling, both hands out, both hands on her breasts, the mom of the bride, a voluptuous woman. It's like time stood still. And everybody was watching, photographer there, everybody. She falls.
Smile.
I have her by both breasts.
It's right in the photo album for the wedding.
Talk about a master of ceremonies. So I have her by both breasts. She
I guess I'm
falls
your
right
new
on me.
Stepdad?
I help her back
This
up.
guy's just bricked up,
Right.
fondling the mother of the bride.
Right. So I held her there for like a minute, but just to make sure she was okay.
You don't want her to
Yeah,
fall. You don't want
and
her
I
to
lift
fall.
her
be
back
okay.
up,
Yeah.
and everything's fine. And then, but then we were back into like 3 hops now, y'all. They're like whatever. But the most uncomfortable. But everybody watching her fall in like slow motion, me grabbing
Didn't even break
both
a
of her
stride.
breasts. So that was a wonderful situation.
What else would you have grabbed though?
No, but I mean, yeah, that's why I signed the NDA before I started
Yeah.
this. But I mean, I'm here to help
You
you.
did the right thing.
I'm here to help
You
you.
did
I
the
didn't
right
get nobody, and nobody throat punched me,
Yeah.
which was
That's a-
great.
that's
to bring it
applause.
back, but nobody throat punched me
Yeah.
for helping the.
That wasn't
moms.
the father of the bride.
No,
Oh,
he
okay.
wasn't there to
Okay.
help her. It
Alright.
was just me. I'm a public servant, dude. Come on, I was there just to help.
Just so happened that's how that's how I was able to help. Yeah.
Right. You know what? Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Sometimes
You know,
DJing is more than playing
and,
music.
and no one said thank you. And no one said thank you.
Or she thanked me.
Did we talk about that part?
Just kidding. No. No, it was a very uncomfortable situation for all of us. I'm glad that part is so funny for you.
You ever been in the backseat of a fucking Volkswagen Bug?
What's the most uncomfortable situation you've been in?
Yeah.
Yes. I think that was Clerk's movie.
No, it was Mallrats.
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 Sorry. Same thing.
Fucking Ben
Right?
Affleck,
Where's
you
the
son of a
most-
So he's
bitch.
Where's
gonna
the most
screw my
uncomfortable
girlfriend
place
in a
you
really
did?
uncomfortable place, and the guy's like, "The backseat of a Volkswagen." So good.
That kid is still on the goddamn escalator.
I hope a bloodbath ensues.
All right. That is like my
I'm
favorite
gl-
line. Anytime fucking I got a server who manages sometimes, and anytime there's kids running around the restaurant, he's like, "No running in the restaurant." Or like, if they're up on the stage playing on a Sunday afternoon, like during brunch, they'll get on the stage, but there's also like a ladder to get on this other thing, and then like if they go and touch the ladder, I gotta go yell at them, and be like, "Don't get on the ladder." But I'm like, I feel like that scene, and the goddamn kid is on the fucking escalator still.
Yeah, dude, I know what ladder you're talking about. I feel like I shouldn't even touch that ladder.
No.
It's a
Just
death
fucking-
ladder.
Just
for
like
sure.
give him a nice front kick. Like, ugh.
Nobody should be
Yeah.
on a ladder in a bar.
Oh, just give him like the Leonidas 500 kick
Yeah.
right off the stage.
Or-
just something
I was
dream for
kind of
every
thinking
kid.
a Christmas Carol or a Christmas Story or whatever, when the fucking Santa Claus is like, "You're gonna shoot your eye out."
Kicking on
Boom!
the
To
slide. Yeah.
face. Get out of here. All right. Let's keep going. We got one more before we get into the next
yeah,
part.
why do we have all these stories? These are like these
your
are just.
stories, bro.
I know there's a one just that I had to actually had to send a text out to find out like, oh shit, there's after 28 years, like what do you know? Like I don't know. I kind of you block some stuff out, you remember stuff like.
Dude,
This mom's breasts I can't get out of my head like now, but I forgot them for a
when
long
we
time.
started this podcast, I told one of my buddies, and he's like, "Well, that story you told me like 2 months ago was the craziest shit I ever heard." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he told me, I'm like, "Holy fuck, I forgot about that." And I'm like, "That's
I-
definitely like number 2 on my list of like crazy shit."
Yeah, no, yeah.
But it's when you're like just subjugated, like me losing my shit and going after someone fades into the fucking background of
Yeah.
like another day. It's
Dude.
just like
I'm actually thinking this should go with
Evan was like a zombie this weekend trying to like going after this guy. We come out and we're like, you think the bouncers are there to like get rid of unruly customers, but we're really there to hold Evan back so he doesn't fucking choke anyone to death. Like,
Right. Right.
that guy was a line stepper.
yeah, that guy was a piece
line
of shit.
stepper.
And then he ran out the back door and grabbed our hand stamp and just ran, just like full speed out the parking
She's
lot.
just want to yell. I'm like, you totally got us, man.
Now we gotta close.
Yeah. Now we gotta close. You took the hand stamp. Oh my
Fuck!
god.
I heard that.
What are we gonna do now?
I can't even bounce anymore.
All right, let's get to the next one. We're gonna say little person nachos.
All right. So, one of the craziest parties that we ever did. Okay, so I pull up to a 40th birthday party. It was somewhere in Wisconsin, not at the Mars Cheese Castle, but close to there. To bring back a little reference. Shout out to Mars Cheese Castle.
Call back.
Yep,
Yeah.
love them. But so I see a Ferris wheel as we pull into this like farm thing. They hired us. We had 4 DJ systems that were there. So we had one doing like a green screen, like bobbing heads thing. We had 2 DJ systems everywhere. So I walk in and I'm like, okay, this is all right. These people are fun. So the first thing we walk in and it was like appetizers, and people are having fun. We had some music playing, coming around, and then there's some. And I mean no disrespect by this because my cousin is a little person, but they actually hired little people with sombreros, where the sombreros had chips all around them and they had salsa on the top. Have you been to a party like that?
Yes, I was literally like, I have a story of this. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you eating the
What the
things, or were you
fuck?
one of the people?
Dude, all right, so I was
Like-
working at Shuba's downtown. This is like my first real cooking job. I'm in cooking school. I'm living with my brother like 2 blocks away from Shuba's on like Southport and wherever that Chicago's Pizza was, like that where what is that? The diagonal street is. We were like right there. And I'm working at Shuba's. I'm 19 in cooking school, and one of the managers is dating one of the, like, it's a girl manager. She's dating a boy server, and it's like the dude's like birthday. It's like his 27th birthday, and they're doing it in the upstairs room of Shuba's. And they used to have this. It's Shuba's an old Schlitz bar, so they had this giant Schlitz chandelier up there. So they're like, you can come to the party, you know, like everything will be cool
Right.
because I'm 19. So I'm like, all right, sweet. So I show up, I'm drinking and shit, you know, ripping some couple shots and stuff. They had a dude walking around in a sombrero, chips on the outside, salsa on the middle. We're feeding him shots left and right, throwing like, all of a sudden, dude whose birthday it is picks him up, spins him like in a circle, puts him down. Dude is pissed, like livid fucking pissed.
Like all of us.
And
would
he's
be.
trying to
Yeah.
fucking,
I get
he's
it.
trying to fight everybody. But
Got
everybody's
chips
like,
and salsa.
yeah, and everybody's like drunk and thinks it's like we're like, oh, and he's like straight like Hezbollah, like that little like like throwing arms and they're like trying to like everyone's like, oh, look at him. I'm like, ah, this guy's mad, dude. And he's straight
Charlie
like
horse.
fuck you, motherfucker, and then just fucking like punching dudes in the legs and shit. One of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. But anyways,
And just for the record, it's completely humiliating. But those people agreed to do that.
that dude made a lot of money that night too.
This
like,
guy-
like that dude probably made $1,000.
There was 5 servers like that, and they were making money left and right.
Yeah.
And they were serving tequila shots. And the best thing about that party was they had fireworks because
Fireworks are always awesome.
right, because fireworks at a private
Totally.
party was great. And then
Bullshit
the
up.
Ferris wheel got stuck. Like during so like carnies there that were like not professional carnies, but they just did their shit and like whatever. So that was just one of the
Understudy carnies.
one of the little things along the way. And they had pony rides. I mean, you name it. Like everything that could have been fucked up about that party was fucked up about that party. Yeah.
It's like the fucking party from
Yeah. No,
Old
but it was
schoolers.
great. But you know what? Imagine quoting a party for 4 DJs and we had 2 photo booths there. We had everything everywhere. Like everything I owned was at that party.
Were you
that
like
night.
that sounds like one of those like Billy Madison fucking like Billy Madison past the 5th grade, you know, like parties like where
No,
just, like,
it was stupid because basically
Guy on the
they
stilts
would be like,
juggling and shit.
okay, well, what do you guys
That's
do? Well, we do photo
correct.
booths. We do this. We do this. Well, what else do you do? Okay, we'll take that. What do you else do? We'll do this. Well, how many DJ units can you have? We'll do this. Okay,
this guy
and
he blows
never
bubbles
asked-
for
and
$400
never asked the
an
price.
hour.
never asked the price until and then
That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
yeah, it was kind of fun. I think they had some kind of boxing match at the end of the night, but I don't even know what that even means.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right, let's get into my favorite part of the show. It's the part we'd like to call the 1,
2,
3.
4
part
questions.
of this podcast. So we are again sitting
Bring it.
here with Mr. Dave Wool, Discover Grays Lake, coming soon, Discover Libertyville, all his other stuff he's got going on. Hit him up. What's your are you still doing the private DJ stuff? What's that?
yeah,
what's that company
you
name?
know what? The whole DJ stuff, we're still Memory Makers Entertainment.
Yep.
But honestly, you can find me through all the other channels. But Memory Makers Entertainment, we're still going strong and happy to go out there. And but now it's just me. So at least if you hire us, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And after listening to this podcast, I'll have 0 business. Thank you very little, everybody.
That's what we're trying to do is just crush small business owners.
Right. I
Well,
mean,
that's why we made you
that's
sign
all.
a piece of
I
paper,
mean, that's
too.
all we do. We gotta do what we gotta do. So that's good. It's good too. All right. Cheers. Is
3 and a
this-
half.
No, it's
3
three
and
and
a
a
half.
half shot podcast right now, and we go. Mondays are made for, baby. Right. Right.
Dude, you were
That's
having
good.
some deep burps
Yeah.
earlier. Like deep.
Shitload of carnitas here.
I didn't know if you were gonna throw up or shit your
Is
pants.
this helping or hurting?
Wow. Get you
It's
back on
helping me. It's
track
helping me.
sometimes, you know.
All right, let's go. Question number 1.
Yep.
Because you obviously probably work a crazy schedule like most of anybody in the industry do.
My entire life.
So what would you do on your days off?
My days off, I spend time with my children. I have a beautiful 7-year-old little guy that I like him the best. Sorry to my other children because he likes to snuggle with me, and he likes to hang out with me. And we can do we can play Hulk and we can play Marvel characters. We can do Dude, I'm 51 years old and I get to play Matchbox cars.
That shit's
Some
awesome.
people look down on me for that.
Holy shit!
But I mean, come on. You guys would come over, and if you had to sit on the floor and play fucking Matchbox cars, it's great. How about and take your phone out and do like slow-mo videos and race them down to see who actually wins and how they crash.
I bought.
I mean,
the
that's
photo
cool.
finish.
I
And you're
mean,
like,
come
actually,
on,
buddy.
and then we do the replay because I have to drag my finger back, and then we find out who wins.
I
That's
bought like
cool.
a marble set because I had a family Christmas party at my
Yeah.
place for like my nieces and nephews and stuff like that. And then like halfway through, I'm like, "You guys are doing it wrong. Get out of the way."
Right? No, I love all my children though. Just for fact,
Sure.
I have a 16-year-old daughter right now.
So just like
and-
spending time with the fam.
Yes,
catching up with
hang
life.
out with them. My big guy is like big, strong dude who plays baseball at CLC, and just
nice.
being around them. My father lives across the street, so being with family, hanging out, and free time is like.
Did you ever find it like hard to balance, like, because you're working like a lot of weeknights or weekend nights and stuff like that, like balancing the family life with like working in this industry?
I think fuck yeah is probably the answer to that. It
Yeah.
used to be a lot worse, but now it's better that we're mostly in the podcast industry, and that's what we're really concentrated on. So a lot of my stuff does like during the week, which is cool. So I have time with them, and being a single father of 3 is probably the hardest but most rewarding job of all, and trying to be a good role model for them, except for hanging out with you fucking 3 fuckers, is probably
They don't need
the
to know.
greatest. No, they don't listen to the
He's a
channel.
fake man.
Although,
Well, not till
although
they're
my
21.
son will be sharing this all over everything.
right,
going,
well, he's a
you're my
fake man.
dad on there, whatever. Yeah. But no, that's actually the coolest thing. But you know what? If I'm sitting still, the problem is I never sit still. I look at my watch because my stupid Apple Watch tracks how long you've been up. But if I haven't been standing for 18 or 19 hours a day, something's wrong. I don't sit down. I don't watch TV. We're going. And if I'm having activity to do at home, I'm at Christoph's bowling and playing games and having
Nice.
fun
I love
with the kids.
Christoph's.
You know,
Shout out
Where's
Christoph.
Christoph?
On around,
around
the
like
lake.
yeah.
On
Fucking
Rollins?
batting cages, everything.
I don't think I could even drive
coolest-
around
the
Lake
coolest
unassisted.
Just come bowling with
The
us.
coolest,
We'll
the
go
coolest birthday parties when I was a kid.
Oh,
was
yeah,
Christoph's,
same.
dude.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like if you were like, "Oh, we're going to Christoph's," you're like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah.
Like 2
Exactly.
batting cages tokens, a fucking 2 like go-kart tokens, and then like here's
What-
$5 for the
That was the kid
games.
with the summer
Yeah.
break.
What
The
about
winter break
Fun
I wish
Harbor?
it was $5 for the
Bowling.
games.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's-
god!
that's
But go
back in
go
the
on
40s, yeah.
Yo.
go on double.
What
Coke
about
and
Fun
game night.
Harbor? Do you remember
Fun Harbor, yeah.
in Waukegan?
No.
Oh, I
I've
got
been
one
there.
better for you. Okay, not Chuck E. Cheese, but what was the other one?
Chimpies.
Aladdin's Castle.
Oh,
No,
man,
Aladdin's
that was
Castle
at
was a
Lakers
good one.
Mall.
Aladdin. No,
yeah,
well, there's
baby.
one in not Lakers. There was one in
Where are we going?
Vernon Hills,
Hawthorne.
They went
yeah.
open. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
there's one Aladdin's Castle at Hawthorne.
I have a funny chimpy
What was the
story.
other-
I'll
So you
what
could
tell-
always go and burn some tokens when parents were
I'll,
like
I'll tell
buying
my
linens.
chimpy
Yeah.
story after the episode.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Growing
No,
up, we
okay.
had lots of birthdays. I grew up like I had a Deerfield address, but went to elementary school in Buffalo Grove. There was a Chuck E. Cheese in Buffalo Grove. That's where I went to tons of birthday parties as a
Yeah.
kid. The Chuck E. Cheese in Buffalo Grove, and they had
yeah.
a
Chuck-
raging band, dude. They were like.
They were
Yeah,
at,
they were fucking laid it down, dude. The fucking robot band
Yeah,
killed
oh,
it.
I only
Yeah,
ever saw
I-
the one at Gurney. But yeah.
I just heard they're
I
getting
bet
rid
they're
of their
similar.
robotronic guys though too.
Yeah, because they're scary as fuck. They traumatize
Fuck
like
yeah, they do,
a
dude.
generation
That
of
shit-
children.
Dude, the Chuck
I haven't
E. Cheese
slept since
fucking-
8th grade.
Like
Yeah.
that. Oh, fuck
It's
that,
a great place
dude.
to hang
There's
out.
one that's a bird and his eyes are just like.
You guys ever want to
And
learn
you're
something?
like,
Just
whoa,
hang out with
whoa.
me and my 7-year-old. Like
Oh,
we can go to places like that.
I
It's
used to,
awesome.
so I used to have these regulars. This is out in Colorado. This is like when I first started bartending. I had these 3 dudes, and they're like all just like 23, 24-year-old stoner hippies. Like 2 of them had long dreadlocks. One of them was kind of clean cut. So the guy who was clean cut was actually like the GM of like one of those places out there, and they had like $6 pitchers of beer up until like 2
Holy
o'clock
shit.
or whatever. So like the other 2 dudes would
As they
go.
should.
and drink the $6 pitchers of beer.
Just get a Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, that's
Oh,
why.
because it was the
And
cheapest
then-
beer in town.
And then at 3
they
o'clock,
didn't even have kids.
and then at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, they'd show up at my place, and like the dude would get off work because it was like their buddy was the GM, so I guess he could go out and be like, "Don't worry, I know it's weird, but."
Yeah. My buddy was telling me that you can only get 1 beer per hour at Chuck E. Cheese now, and they time you. I don't know if that's true. I haven't been to a Chuck E. Cheese in
well,
forever.
that's why you bring a flask.
Yeah,
Uh,
he was pissed.
Oh, wait. I remember the name. Showbiz Pizza Place.
Showbiz Kid or
Showbiz Pizza Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I've been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you guys are younger than I am, so but
Yeah.
Showbiz. I
That
mean,
like closed when I was a
that
kid.
was the jam before you
Yeah.
got stabbed there.
Yeah.
I mean, or throat punched or maced.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of
So
things
many
today.
combinations of violence.
All right, let's go on.
Or
Question-
nachos.
let's-
or
let's keep
anything.
it going. Question number two.
Whatever you got.
Question number 2. When you got done with like a crazy night at work,
Yep.
and you were driving home,
Yep.
like if it was like the wedding that someone fought at or whatever,
Right.
were you the type of person that like are you blasting music, punching the ceiling, or are you like window open, no music, driving to the highway, like just collecting your thoughts?
So, no music because you had it all night and you had to deal with everybody all night. But also, at one point, I had 12 guys working with me. So, no music, windows down, meeting everybody at a local pub like where we're standing right now, like a Charlie's or a wherever. But we would all meet up and tell stories of the night.
That is how this podcast became.
Yeah.
That
And
is
that's-
literally what happened.
And that's how it happens,
A-
right?
a Sunday evening
Some good shit.
on
Right, because you guys
The
all
back
work.
patio.
When you're in the industry like this, like when you get done, you actually get to like hang out with other people and
Right.
like have, and your piece is actually sharing stories.
me and
of
this kid
what-
were
of
just
what
going back and forth
happens.
one night, and
Yeah.
someone said, "Hey, that was funny. You should record it." And we're
You know
like-
what? And then you have so
And I
many.
think that was
stories to
me.
throw
I think
back.
I said that.
I can't share anybody else's stories because they're theirs. But
Yeah.
imagine, like, I think through the years we had probably 37 different guys that were out doing stuff. I mean, I lived in a house where people.
Well, and you said you know fucking Magic Mike, DJ Mike.
Magic Mike, give it a shout out to Mike Kelly.
Yeah.
Love
He's
Mike.
a good dude.
Yeah, like years in, I don't even know how I met Mike, but now he's the karaoke rock and photo booth extraordinaire. Like I love the guy. Him and I were very good friends for extremely long time. But you know, it's funny that he'd been at a lot of those powwows that we'd get done at the end of the night and hang out. I still remember having my first house where half of us were sitting in the hot tub at the house I had, and there'd be people driving in the driveway in convertibles with Indian headdresses on because we used to do YMCA with people. But these guys would be driving in my driveway with Indian headdresses on with music blasting, and they would pull in. And the bad thing was that we used to have, here's a side note, and for anybody listening, I'm an adult now. But when I was younger, we would go to parties and we would all go, and it would be Memorial Day, so everybody would invite a couple girls back to the house. We did Friday, Saturday, Sunday weddings, and on Monday we'd have a party. So we have all these guys out, so we have 7 units out, and all these guys would all invite. Their goal was to invite one girl back for the party on every party they did. And they'd say, we're having this big party, but it would just be the DJs. And that's all I have to say about that. But it was very interesting because
That's all I have to say about
that's all to say about that. But it was interesting. I mean, like, a really fun like early 20s like life.
Dude,
of,
I
like,
mean,
whatever. But that's
even
forever ago.
I gotta imagine like back then too, like if there was no like cell phone nation. And
No, it
stuff
was
like
not.
That,
It was not
like
cell phone
you know,
nation.
like it's like that's
here's my number.
different-
Put it on the card. Like, here you go.
Yeah,
We're having
and
a
there's,
party
like,
on
and
like
shit's not
Monday.
getting recorded everywhere. Like I remember when people had a camera, that was like oh my god, you got a camera, like, you know.
You had
like,
to organize that shit on landlines, man. That's impressive.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was just and that was kind of word of mouth. So we'd have parties and like we had like a troop of guys that we were like band of brothers that we did everything
all right,
together.
all right, let's keep going. Let's go.
As if we stopped.
That's just me being like, all right.
Right. No, that's good.
All right, give me the thing you love the most about the business and the thing you hate the most about the business.
Love the most about the business is the people, the connections, the being a part, a very special part of everyone's life.
Yeah.
Like going to Jewel and having people walk up to me and be like, "Oh my God, you DJ'd my daughter's wedding," and like, you know, when you did 3 a weekend, and I did that for 7 years straight.
You don't even remember them.
No, but being a special part of their lives, and like even now, like I'm 51 years old, and there's people I did weddings 28 years ago. I saw.
Well, it's
a
like
girl
you were
last
saying,
week.
where it is the most important day
It is.
of like this group of people. Like this is like the father, the the mother,
Absolutely.
all the sister who's the bridesmaid and all that. Like they all remember that, and 'cause they all
Absolutely.
think about that day up until then.
And I'm the one in front of them.
Yeah,
So when we made that party special, we did a great job, which I took great pride in, but I also understand the responsibility with it, and I also appreciate the opportunity to do that. So the pleasure of mine was to be able to be a part of those people's lives. So it's an honor when somebody says, "Oh my God, you were there, and it was the greatest party ever." Like,
yeah.
it's fantastic.
It is almost
Like,
like
we
you
called it
were,
memory
you're-
makers, but actually they made more memories for me than I probably
Yeah.
did for them.
It,
So
it's almost
shout
like
out to
you're
them.
worthy enough to be like I deem you worthy enough to be at my wedding, like type of thing. You know what I mean? Like
It's
you're
an
like,
honor.
Yeah,
Complete honor. Complete
that's
honor.
crazy.
And then we got to do
it's got to feel pretty good. Like when,
4,000 of them
like,
over
like
those times.
Like, because you told us the story about when you got turned down by one for something you said, but like when you
99%
but when you
of
but
them
when
are
you get when you
fantastic.
book it, like, are you kind of like sweet? Like, I'm pretty awesome. Like, you got to feel pretty good, right?
No, honored,
Yeah,
but at the point, kind of like where you're in that phase, like forever. Like I'm one of those people that are like, it's just what I do. So like
If you're
now,
doing 3 a
now,
weekend, yeah.
now when we do our podcast for Grays Lake, and people like recognize me for doing something, but it's just what I do. I'm flattered, but I'm humbled at the same time because it's just what I do.
yeah.
And you know what? To do that, and I'm having a great time, and I get to do that. It's an honor for me to actually do something that I love, and it affects people's lives.
Very cool.
So it's very cool. There's no a lot of DJs are egomaniacs. So every DJ that's out there that's an egomaniac, fuck you. No, because they get
I mean, I think
above
all
what
of
they
us are,
You're
right?
Not, you're not a rock star. I mean, you have nights that we always say we're rock star status, but that just means that the party was that good where we're only good as the people that we serve, as
Yeah,
we all know, and
absolutely.
everything that we do.
Yeah.
So you have a great crowd some night, you're only as good as the people you serve.
Yeah.
So you know what? We're friendly, we're kind, we do exactly what we need to do. So respect to everybody that pays respect back to our service people that do what we want.
All right. So let's go on and go. Give me the
Go.
thing you.
Give me the
hated.
dirt. That
Yeah.
give me the
Give me the
worst.
thing. Give me the opposite of that. Give me the shit.
The people that are fucking disrespectful and don't understand that I'm taking away time away from your family or to do anything that you need to do.
Yeah.
Or the people that think that I am there as I always say, when we go to an event, whether it's the staff that works there or the people that hire us, when they treat you like the help,
Yeah.
you treat me like a dog, I'll act like the dog. But I always try to get away from that you never, ever do that, right? That we try to stay away from that. Like, if
Yeah.
somebody treats you like shit, you try to rise above and you try to do
Right.
the best you can, right?
Try.
But
If you could
At
ultimately
some
make them
point-
feel like shit, yeah, that's the win, right? If they treat you like shit and you can be so nice that then they feel bad, that's the shit, right?
thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm
I
saying.
usually don't make it that far. I make it like halfway. up. Like, I'm gonna try to be
Yeah.
nice to you. I'm gonna try to be nice to you. You motherfucker.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's
If I-
definitely a thing at my old store where it's like a challenge. People come in and they want to be a douche, but like you can convert them. You know what you're saying?
You know what? I love that.
You know, like they
I absolutely
they
love
come
that.
in and
You
they
can
want to be
dedouche them?
angry
I
because
love
of
that.
something, and then
Is
like
it de-douche or undouche?
they leave and they like want your
I like
phone number,
dedouche.
and you're like, yeah, I
Right.
know, because I'm the shit. Like
Man,
that's how I roll. Like, yeah, you
No.
came in here hot, ready to fucking be a dick about something
But
that
you didn't
doesn't
know.
matter at all,
But
and
you didn't know.
now you know I'm the shit, and what up?
Yeah. And
You
there,
know?
and there,
It's-
there is an art to tell people to go fuck themselves without telling people to go
Yes.
fuck themselves.
Exactly.
And if they smile and nod their head and go, God, I was kind of an asshole. Like, but we still hold our, because we're respectful to ourselves, and we try to hold a
I
higher
don't
standard.
do it that well. I'm like,
Well,
listen.
It's-
Immediately they're like,
it's not an easy thing.
Sometimes
to
I
do.
do it well.
Yeah.
but being,
Sometimes not. So
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes.
But-
a lot of times, I'm like, listen, and then from there it either like goes well or not. You know what I mean?
But everybody listening to this podcast right now, the guys that I'm hanging out with, there's a lot of stories that we tell, and I think that the way you guys tell them a lot of times may come across as like we're kind of assholes sometimes. But being kind to people and being treated them the way that we want to be treated, it always wins. Always wins. In the most for
Did
for
you
the most
say
part.
that we come across as assholes?
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you, dude.
Actually,
Yeah.
just you
What
two
the
right
fuck,
here. Just
bro?
you two right
Is that
here.
what it is?
Actually, just you three right here.
No, we
Except for
totally
me.
do, dude. Like, have you listened?
But to hold yourself to a standard
we
where
sound-
we actually hold ourselves with integrity to be kind to people.
Right.
But if people are assholes to us, at some point shit goes wrong, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I
there's
got,
the
I got
line to
throat
walk.
punch for being nice.
There's a line to walk. Like,
I got
know
maced
you're
for being
pissed.
nice.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I mean,
That's
like,
true, yeah.
what do you, at some point, what do you do? But I mean, but working in the service industry, we deal with a lot of shit. So anybody that's listening to this, realize that your bartenders, your servers, your waitresses, your DJs, everybody, they deal with shit on the fucking regular.
Yeah.
All right,
Right?
hold on. So that's going to lead me right into question 4.
No,
What's your best advice to the listener that the best advice you can give them to have their experience more better?
don't be an asshole. It's kind of like I have a TikTok page that's if anybody's following TikTok, I have a
This
TikTok
guy
page that
does.
says
He's
"Don't
all
be an
over it.
asshole."
No,
I have a TikTok. Yeah.
And we should probably all name our, but mine's "Don't be an asshole," and I
Is that
call
really
peop-
your TikTok page?
Yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
no, it's "Don't be an asshole" because there's
You had to get in early then.
yeah, there's shit that there's shit that people do that irritate the hell out of me. Where people should just be a kind fucking human being, right?
Right.
And especially people in the service industry, when you walk up to the bar and it's crowded and you're pissed off because you can't get a drink as fast as you want, be kind to that person because I guess what? Put your cash out, right? Is cash is king, and be kind and wait your turn and do not do the slam your drink on the bar thing.
Don't snap at me.
Don't snap.
Don't whistle.
Right. Don't whistle like I'm not a fucking dog, right?
What I will tolerate is like, hey,
That's
man,
all
hey,
so
man, hey, man.
insane that it's like I've sometimes have hard time believing people really do that. Like I know they do, but like
I've seen it 1,000 times.
The whistle?
Yeah, the
whis-
whistle,
the whistle
snap,
will get
the-
you a quick me
yeah.
coming up to you and being
Yeah,
go
fuck
like
you.
I literally would go, I'm not a fucking dog, don't do that.
Right.
And just walk away.
Exactly.
I've never.
Like I
I've literally never
legit-
whistled at. Or
I don't
snapped my
I,
fingers at
I,
any-
I
anything
don't
except
sta-
my dogs.
Yeah, I don't stand for that shit at all.
All right,
man.
so how about you guys
I
give me-
legit
how about-
will go up and be like, no.
How about you guys give me this? Tell me this. What do you think the worst thing to say to a DJ is? Because this is a very important.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's got to be 50-50, like demanding one thing that they need to play right now,
I was gonna
or
say,
criticizing
Can
what
you
they
p-
have
I was
played.
gonna say, can you play Jesse's Girl?
Just to be generic, but it's like I can't decide if it's douchier to like criticize what they're playing or to be like, you have to fucking play my thing right now. But
I feel
it's
like
one
it's
of those,
anything.
right?
If you're a guest at a wedding, it's
Yeah.
anything that you say to a DJ
Yeah.
is the douchiest thing you could
Because I'm
say.
pretty sure the
No.
couple also
Bro,
No,
you haven't
no,
even
no,
played any
no.
Master P tonight, and they're just like,
how about
what?
I would be upset.
Yeah.
If somebody comes up to you, the bride and groom has
Make 'em say,
kind of curated the list of what they want to hear and what they don't want to hear.
Right.
And you come up and you're a guest and you're like a cousin's date.
Right.
You know, who gives a fuck about you in the first place?
Correct.
Right? But so you
Correct.
get up there and you're like,
So
I kind of want to hear Alan Jackson, and you're like,
And
that
it's-
has nothing to do with
everyone
anything.
likes Alan
And-
Jackson.
Nothing wrong with Alan Jackson.
and nobody says I kind of want to hear. By the way.
yeah, I need to hear.
you
yeah.
need a fucking play.
How about this? Here's the last thing to say to a DJ. What you need to do. And anything in my life, anytime anybody says what you need to do, and I stop them right there and I go, "What you need to do,"
Yeah.
right?
I will
You
show
suck
you this
my
guy's
balls.
picture after we are done.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that owned a Philly cheesesteak place in Colorado, and me and him
That's funny.
used to play this game. You know what you should do
Oh,
and it was what the
I love it.
You know
we
what
should
you
start a
should-
TikTok
you know
channel
what
about
you
that.
should do?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it was-
you know what
and
you should do?
It's weird because you look just like.
And
the
what do
dude.
you say? What do you say? What
It
what
was
is
just
it?
always everything. You know what
Everything.
you should do?
That happens here all the
Like-
time.
like,
How
you
about-
should refinish this bar.
Yeah, you know what
it
you
would look
should
better
do?
if you refinish
Right.
it.
Like, oh, like how long have you been in the restaurant business? Oh, I've never even worked. Like, I never
Right.
served tables.
Yeah.
So you know what you should do? Shut the fuck
You
up.
should fucking fuck right off.
You know what you should do? Get some motorcycle only parking out here.
Right.
Like,
How
dude,
abo-
shut the fuck up.
How about this? How about you know what really get him on the dance floor right now? And
Enya.
and
Is that what you're gonna say?
4 times out of 10, it's the song I'm playing.
Yeah.
You know what you should you know what really get him on the dance floor? You know what really get him going is like Celebration.
Yeah.
And I look at him and
That
I-
is a good song.
And I like I'm shuffling my feet right now
Yeah.
and going, really? Yeah, no shit. Like really that would work. Or like how about how
That
about
song
We Are
did bring
Family?
Uncle Ray back. I'm just gonna say.
Right, that's how you
Did save Uncle Ray.
defibrillate or like whatever. That's how I killed a dude last week. I'm not playing that song.
No, he came back.
Yeah,
But
Ray
because
made-
you
played
back.
the song.
You lied.
We
You
brought
said
a
Uncle
portable
Ray made
speaker
it.
and we got him out of intensive care.
Yeah.
But you know
Holy
what? But
shit.
people that know more than like when I'm standing behind and like, after a while you learn from being behind when you watch a DJ do stuff. Like I used to train my guys. I said, play to a 40-year-old woman and you'll never lose. Right? You play to a 40-old woman,
Is that
you'll
from
never
the dating
lose.
podcast?
Well, it can all go together, man. I mean, like if you're setting up your dating podcast or you're dating whatever, call me because I can help you with that. But no, but when people like where they demand stuff or say, or my biggest pet peeve of all time is the throat slash. You take the hand, you slash it across your throat to kill the song, like. And after I've played 3 songs for you and your other friends, and they give you the throat slash,
People do that.
any DJ that's listening to this will lose their fucking mind right now. They give me the throat slash, and then you come up and ask me for something. And usually that's either a
Why are they
request.
giving you a throat slash? They
It's
don't
like stop
they don't,
this song.
They
This
don't
is-
like.
this is fucking
they don't
terrible.
like that
Why are you
song?
playing Whitney Houston? I wanted to dance with somebody. Well,
Because it's a fucking banger.
because actually in America last year that was the #1 played song by DJs in 2023.
Because believe it or not, every single song
Wanna
at
feel the
this
heat
celebration
from
is not
somebody.
specifically for
Yeah,
you.
right, yeah.
Right. But you know what? People are in their own
Yeah.
head.
These guys
Yeah.
aren't playing a lot of Kid Rock. I don't know if I like this wedding that has nothing to do with
And
me.
I would play Kid Rock, but I think people need to understand.
You know what
the
would really
place.
get people
Like,
out
where
on
they're
the
at.
floor?
Oh, you know what? You know
Playing
what? get people
ball
going?
with the ball a
Ding,
third
ding, ding.
time.
Actually, and you just said you know what you know what get really people going. You know what people really going? And I look at them and I'm like, no, I have no idea. It's my first.
No,
time.
I've
It's my
yeah.
first time. Yeah.
How about
I
you
have
tell
no
me?
idea. How about you enlighten me?
It's so good.
You and your horror friends? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know what'll get you on the dance floor, but actually, I'm serving the public. So remember that.
Excuse
if
me,
you're at a
ma'am. There's
party,
no polls out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, wispy mustache 19-year-old that's been being served drinks the whole night for some reason.
Exactly.
Let me hear what you want to hear. That's
Some
a good idea.
G-Eazy.
Or
Give me some
or
G-Eazy.
or if you're going that far, do not come up to a DJ with your phone with a Spotify song and show them and be like, "Can we hear this? Can we
Oh
hear
my
this?"
God.
It'd be
Okay.
funny if it was like their SoundCloud rapper, like friend from high school.
Right, and or give you
Yeah.
their phone and say, "Can you
Name
play this
somebody.
off my phone?"
Yeah. V1, V1D.
V1, V1D.
And shout out to them. Whoop, can I get a whoop whoop again?
Whoop, whoop. I got
Yeah.
you.
But no,
He's actually
Just
getting a shit
don't-
ton of
don't-
views. he's blown up.
right.
Yeah,
And
right.
public service announcements. Just don't be an asshole to the people that are serving you. Whether it's your bartenders, whether it's your DJ. Like, if a guy's been DJing and he's older, he knows what the hell he's doing. You're going to a bartender. You know they know what they're doing. Be respectful. Be kind. And you know what? You're going to get 10 times the service you're going to get from a guy you're being an asshole to, right?
You might
Yeah.
actually play your
and
song.
and then let me
Yeah.
like,
Right.
put,
Oh,
let me
if
put,
somebody's kind to me,
and let me put
this
this
song
out
could
to any
suck.
new DJ or new bartender out there. People are gonna come up to you assuming you know what you're doing. So just pretend like you are, like you know it. Like fake it till you make it.
fake it
Is
till you
not-
make it, baby.
And when in doubt,
You don't
say
have to
that's
fake
how
it
we
that
make
hard.
it.
No. No, and
If
you know
someone
what?
orders Manhattan and you put gin in it, just say that's how we make it.
Right, and if you're a DJ, and that's just saying the same
Other
thing as
drinks I
if
would
you're a
agree with
DJ
you, but I
faking
like
it till
it.
you make it, you
Someone
better
orders
quit now.
Manhattan, just Google it. That's straight up. Just fucking Google
Google's
it.
pretty cool.
No. It's great, but message to audience, but to servers, anybody server of any kind, because I serve people, you guys serve people. Like we all do the same thing, and when we're in public, like we're gonna treat you with respect when you treat us with respect. But once
Two-way
you cross
street.
once you cross the line, then
Throw punches coming.
But no, but I'm the throw punch guy. I'm gonna like
He
my
was
buddy.
being
My buddy
respectful.
wants
Yeah.
to listen to this right now. He's gonna be like,
Wow.
throw punch guy. And he laughs at me for getting throw punch because I tried to help people. He laughs at me. He goes, "You should have stayed in your fucking car."
Dude, next time you're gonna throw punch someone, like I walk up like
No, I don't want to. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want. I just want everybody to be nice to each other, or
well, that was your first mistake.
diffuse a situation. Like I was ready to kick their ass in a fair fight until the guy's a fucking ninja warrior.
all right, and that's gonna end this.
Throw a punch.
This
Wait, we didn't get to. Did we get to the
didn't get to the
fun one?
last
No,
story.
yeah, no,
We
that's
haven't
fine.
done
All
that
right,
grand finale.
let's
no,
end it.
that
Let's end
no,
it.
this,
No, we need to
this
end
is
it.
the end of
the
the
four
one,
2,
3,
four
Four
questions part of this podcast,
Can I
which
get a
brings us to the best part of the
whoop?
show. Mr.
Whoop,
Dave Wool, tell us the craziest thing you have been exposed to in this industry.
Was your penis in the bathroom when we took the last break?
Remember,
I mean,
remember how you didn't read the fine print on that? You weren't supposed to talk about that on air.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was the most wonderful thing I've been exposed to.
You're not
Is
supposed to
that
talk about it either way.
you can look at
The
it.
best thing
Don't
we've
ever
ever
talk
talk
about
about it. I did try not
It's
to
like
look
he's
at
smiling.
it.
Happy's like, no, just don't even. No.
Okay, I'm
Just
sorry, it
don't
was
even
looking
look
at
it.
me.
Just don't.
Like Popeye or something. I don't know.
No, be nice to yourself.
No, so the the craziest I don't even know. Like after all this time, like there's been so many people when you deal with the public as we all have.
And I mean, you
I-
said what 20? What? How many years?
Uh,
say 29?
28. Now it's
20?
20. Now we're going to 29 since I decided to like do stuff this.
And
Year.
and I mean this in the most respectfully like
Yeah,
type
fuck
of way
you.
that I can say that. Sorry, but that's like that is a lot. Like in this industry, that's a fucking lifetime. Like
It is
to continually do this.
absolutely.
Like when people work at somewhere more than 2 years, I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking amazing. You know, like it's crazy to be in this industry that long and not get broken down, chewed up, spit out. Somehow fought someone and said, "Fuck it, I'm not doing this ever again." You know, like to actually keep going and making money doing it is really an accomplishment. And not only like physically, but mentally and socially, and you know, all financially. Like
Absolutely.
it's really hard to do it that long. So you are kind of one of our, like what we love here is like our lifers, like the lifers that do this for forever are like our favorite episodes. But yeah, like you're saying, like you're not getting like chewed out by everyone. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little drunk here.
It's fine.
But like you're not getting chewed up by it, but you're not getting like over like I'm the best and everything like that. You know, like you're seeing the ins and outs of it. You know,
First of all, you got to stay humble.
say what?
First of all, you have to stay humble.
Humble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
stay
to
humble.
realize that what we do, all of us, is a service, and we're not going to be appreciated by everybody. We're not going to be praised by everybody. But at the end of the day, the bad thing about you guys working at a bar is that you guys see the same people all the time. And I would never DJ at a bar because I see the same assholes every night.
Yeah.
The only reason I've survived is because I had to be someone different every night. So I get different assholes every night. And I know there's going to be one, and I can spot them across the room before they come up to me. After this long, I can tell you that the woman walk up to me. I can tell you what she smells like. I can tell you that she smells like red wine, and I know she's asking for fucking Sweet Caroline, which he fucking hates. But I already know, and she'll walk up like fucking clockwork, and she smells exactly like I think she's going to smell, and she's asking for the same song. Like you guys see the same girl walking up to the bar, you know exactly what she's going to order, and you know she's going to be a pain in the ass, but you already know, right? So that's like kind of the
Yeah.
Preemptive.
thing that
Yeah.
you know, right? And
Yeah.
that's what brings us all together. So it's like it's a hard thing to do for a long time, and that's why I want to step away from like wedding things.
Yeah.
Before
because-
you do step
yeah,
away,
yeah.
let's get into it.
All right,
Give us the craziest story.
craziest story I can't tell.
Okay.
Because there's been like when you deal with the shit that we've dealt with, there's so many crazy things. But I'll tell you what kind of I'll do the craziest thing. It kind of ended what my passion was. Can I do that?
Yeah.
So I'll make this as quick as I possibly can because we've been on here for whatever.
No, we're good.
Yeah,
good.
no, we're good. So
4 hours.
we get 4 hours. So we summarize things. So I'll do the craziest thing that actually lost my passion for actually doing things nicely for people, and lost my kind of flair for wedding things. And the craziest thing that happened, and this is so beautiful bride, sweetest girl that I've met. Her husband's too sweet, right? And he was like away from her. So we come to the wedding. Everything's great. She's smiley.
What do you mean he was away from her?
You could see that he was distant, like, because you know there's something going on with the family.
They're like on the other side of the floor or whatever.
You could tell before when things started that he was almost timid of what was going to happen, which I should have taken that as a clue. Great party. People on the fucking dance floor all night. Everybody's having a great time. So halfway through the night, I'm playing songs, and I'm playing off of what she asked me to do. And then Dad keeps coming at me. Come up to me. He's disgruntled. He's asking me, why are you playing this song? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I'm like, sir, and I'm up front, like, because I'm kind of an asshole if you meet me out, like, if you keep coming at me, but I'm at work, right? So he's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, your daughter requested a song, like, and he used the N-word, why are you playing this N shit,
Whoa.
like, whatever,
Whoa.
which offends me
Yeah.
initially to go, well, this is what your daughter's requested. So, but you could see her getting upset, like, through the night. So at one point I saw her, like, storm off and go to the bride's room. I can't even remember the facility it was at.
That's all right.
So she ran the second time I saw her run to the bride's room. I went in, and she's in there, hands over her head. She's bawling, she's crying, she's upset. So I walk into the room, I knock, I come in, I'm like down on one knee, and I'm like with her, and she's crying, and she's completely upset. She's like, my dad is micromanaging everything. He thinks because he paid for everything that this is his event, and this is how it's going to happen. And I'm like, honey, I am here for you. I am your number one flag waver. I'm here for you, your husband, whatever. I'm like, do you want me to talk to him? Do you want me to do whatever? She's like, I've already told him. So anyway, hug her, cheer her up, whatever. Next song, we get out. We play one of her favorite songs. I go on the dance floor. I dance with her. Her husband's like by the bar smoking cigarettes outside or whatever. He's like not to be seen. So I hang out with her and her friends, and she was just sweet, like younger, whatever, but totally influenced by her parents. And I will tell you, if you're doing your wedding, do not be influenced by that. Do it your freaking way, like you have to. So second time,
That's got to be hard too, because like it is the girl's vision, like this is what I've been dreaming of, but it's also like the parents' vision of this is how I see my little
Absolutely.
girl.
They paid.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and if you're paying, holy shit! Like if you're
I'm
actually
playing
paying
Little
the
John
bill,
Get Low, and he wants to hear taking care of business, which is fine, but it's
But
not
whose
your,
day is it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But
to the
but I
window.
did
There's time
but
for
I,
both.
but I did play stuff like that in the beginning of the night.
Yeah.
Like, and I tried to make
Try to
everybody
do it
happy
both
during the
sides,
beginning
yeah,
of the night.
right.
And I tried to make everybody
Working
happy.
overtime.
So the night goes on. He's getting I don't even know that he was drunk. Like,
But he was just getting more
whatever's happening,
aggressive.
he was aggressive with me the entire night. And he
About
was
what you
at me.
playing?
He was at me. But I was like, because I tell people, here's the thing.
Sweat drop
Gi-
down my
give-
balls.
There's
Skeet,
good
skeet, skeet.
females grown.
Yeah.
But I usually
Papa
say
didn't
don't
like that
don't
one.
don't don't
That
give me,
was not in the ski.
don't give me too much stuff, but give me enough for what you like, right? So she
Yeah.
had like 10 must or 15 must plays. So through the night, I
Is
actually
that one of the must plays? Like,
No.
holy shit, that's a
actually,
fucking
actually,
crazy
it
play.
was. That was one of the
That
most
is
plays.
absolutely
It was
crazy.
Get Low
'Cause
and
she wanted to have
Low by
friends
Flo
with her friends
Rida.
with the
Like
music that she grew up listening to, and not the music that her dad grew up listening to.
exactly, and he hated it.
It's like
And
a
he
modern day.
hated it.
It's a modern day Footloose.
And hated it.
Yeah,
So-
there you go.
But he was rocking the whole night with all of his friends and everybody else, and they're doing things. But as the night
He's out there just
progresses,
Yeah.
then we switch it over and we start playing other music. So he was on my ass like the whole time. And one time came up to me and was like, "Hey, you know what? Fuck you. Stop this end stuff. I paid you. You know what? Whatever." And at one point, I was like, "All right, dude, how much did you pay me?
Yeah.
Because I'll write you a check right now.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the bride's room at this point 2 times with her crying because what her father is doing."
Yeah.
So I'm pissed, and I'm like, I'm an adult. I was probably 10 years younger than him,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, hey, fuck you, dude. Like, at some point, like, you know what it's like, where you're just like, so
You weren't
you're
getting throw
bubbling
punched
fucking
again.
over.
Yeah.
And this guy, he wasn't gonna throw punch me. I could have taken him down easily.
Yeah.
But
This
as
guy's white.
as the night goes on, it's like it's terrible because she's upset. She should be enjoying herself. So one more time to the bride's room. Third time to the bride's room. Half an hour left to go. And now I'm like, I'm outside. I'm not the DJ. I'm this woman's advocate
Right.
for having
Well, and
the
her friend
time
should
of
have
her
been
life.
there. Yeah.
And her husband should have been there. Her
Oh,
friend
yeah,
should have
for
been there.
sure.
Her uncle
Yeah, no
should have been
kidding.
there. Everybody should have
Yeah,
been there.
Sure, yeah.
But I'm the
Gay.
advocate for everything she's doing. And nobody cared about her. And it was like you could see it happening. And she was like this sweet.
Where
like,
was Stacy, Chelsea, and Lisa?
right,
Yeah.
no, and they should have been there. So finally, we get to the last song of the night. I've danced with the bride like 3 times by now, just because she's got tears rolling down her face. Everything's happening. So I have a guy that I'm training that's with me, and this
Does
is
DJ know where he is
horrible
with the
time.
bride?
It's a horrible time. No, because you know what? I step outside of what I'm supposed to do, and I do as a human what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I hate that because I've always crossed that line of like, you know, fuck it, I'm getting paid. Whatever happens, happens, right? That's what most people would do. But that's not how I do stuff. So, third time to the bride room, she comes out. It's the last song of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have everybody to the dance floor? It's going to be the last song of the night. And we want everybody to come out. They did like a last dance, like a slow one, and then she's like, and then pop it off with this song. So we pop it off with this song. I don't even know. Like What's Up?
Probably
Four
one of her
Non-Blondes,
picks and not
whatever.
Dad's picks.
Wo-
though, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Her number one song,
We're not-
noted as last song of the
Yeah,
night. This
yeah.
is
And I
what we're
said,
doing.
"Hey."
Right? Or Usher, yeah, or whatever
good
it
one,
was,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which would be a great song. So he comes up, physically touches me on my arm, at that time flabby, and he's like, "Listen, turn this fucking shit off right now." And I've offered his money back at this time a couple times, and I'm just like, "Fuck you! I don't care. I'm paying. Like, I'll do this for free because your daughter's fucking beautiful. I love her. I think she's wonderful. She's having a great night." So then he touches me. He's on me. And I'm like, all right. So the first, like, 15 seconds of the song, like, because I think the song actually stopped, and there's an awkward silence for everybody. Hey, everybody, this is going to be the last song of the night. Everybody to the dance floor or whatever. And he comes over, and he's like, what are you playing? And I'm like, what your daughter asked me to play the last song of the night.
You
So
don't
I just-
remember what the song was?
No. Maybe you know
Was
what?
it
I
Petey Pablo?
actually, you know what? I think it was.
In my head, it was.
I actually.
too.
How about this? Change your minds. I think it was Pitbull. Give me everything tonight.
Okay.
I have no idea what that song is.
Do you want me to sing it?
I do.
No, I'm not gonna sing
All right.
it. So anyway, tonight, give me everything tonight. All right, you're
Yeah,
a fucking.
nothing.
You're a
The
fucking. loser.
soft voice
I'm gonna
makes
do
it sound
you.
creepy,
I'm
but
gonna right. So
I don't know any Pitbull songs.
no. So anyway,
Me
so we
neither,
start
dude.
playing the song. Bride's on the dance floor. Everything's happening. He comes up, grabs me, whatever, and says, "Fuck you! I want to hear like fucking Freebird or something for him and his friends."
It's classic.
And I'm like, "Listen, dickhead, come out in the hallway with me." So he comes out in the hallway with me, and I may or may not have touched him. Just said, "Come out in the hall with me." You take the father of the bride in the hallway
Like you
With-
went in or like we're
with
gonna
like
settle this right now.
I'm fucking ready to go, and the hallway is filled with people.
Did you know
that-
this guy beforehand?
No,
no,
no, absolutely
no friends
not.
or family, nothing like
But
that.
there's family in the hallway, and there's everybody out there. You fuck with the father of the bride.
dude, you're gonna get
people
the
fucking
shit kicked
jump
out.
you,
Yeah,
right?
dude, left and right.
So I'm in the hallway and I'm yelling at him. I'm like, "You fucking are ruining your
And this
fucking
guy
daughters.
sucker punched
You daughters. You're ruining your fucking daughter's day. You've been an asshole all day. You made her cry at least fucking 3 times, which I've seen. You're being a fucking dick. You're trying to tell me what to do. I'll give you all your fucking money back. But you know what? This is about your daughter, and you're fucking losing sight of everything you're fucking doing." I said, "You want to fucking fight me? Let's fucking go, because I'm going to knock you the fuck out because you have no respect for your own fucking daughter, and I have more respect for her than you do."
Yeah.
Everybody around there should have fucking jumped me. Guess what they did?
None of them did. Yeah. They agreed because they
I
saw
had
it
a
too.
little
Hold on,
fucking
hold on.
flap.
There's a soul clap, and then
I
the
had-
father
no,
fucking
wait.
throw punch him.
No, but if he knew how to throw punch me, he would have throw punched me. But I wanted to take his ass down. They actually, the funny thing is, during that song, there was 10 people that took him out, and I went out with the other thing, and we ended the thing fantastically. And that's when I knew that I actually had to be done with like weddings and everything that I had to do. It was a sad end to everything.
That like
because-
you were like, I'm done with all that.
No, because fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Because if I know
Yeah.
better than they do, like, and
Yeah.
it was such a sad, sad moment. And that girl, like, and why her husband wasn't out there, nobody, and
Yeah.
nobody else. Maybe
That's
the guy
weird.
was a badass. Maybe he had whatever. But and that what I was like, I'm gonna fund this guy, like whatever.
Say, dude, you gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta-
So at the end of the day, I got a $700 tip, and I walked out
There you go.
from everybody else because the guy was a fucking total asshole. I'm not sure that's the highlight or the worst story or the best story or whatever.
Well,
but I was not proud of myself because I should have never done that. That was not my place to do it. But somebody,
nobody else was going to. Right?
somebody had to do it,
Yeah.
and that I hate that I had to. I'm the help.
Yeah.
I'm the help, but I had to help that girl out, and I
Yeah.
like. I don't
No,
know
that's
that.
pretty
I
good.
don't know
It's-
that I'd
it's
know her if
pretty
I saw
honorable.
her walk down the street.
Yeah.
No.
But
but yeah, if
but
you
it
see
was
someone in a
awesome.
shitty situation like that.
like, but that as far
And
as
that's-
a
and that's
best
great.
and
That's
worst
the- that's-
story.
But that's like the crazy situation of what we do is like you have to jump in the middle of this family beef that probably went on for 27 years before this broad got, and I say broad because I don't know her name,
No,
but before this chick got
And he
married,
doesn't know a more respectful term.
no.
before this lady
It's a
got
good thing of-
married.
There you go.
Any other
You know,
word for a
But
woman
what I mean,
besides
and
broad?
and you're having to, you're like the
Been
DJ,
watching
you're
Goodfellas every
literally
day?
playing.
I'm just the
you're-
music guy.
You're playing Funky Cole Medina, and all of a
which
sudden
I
it's
probably
like,
did that night.
and it's like, wait, I'm a fucking like,
I probably played.
you know,
Funky Cole
I'm
Medina
a
that night.
therapist. I have to sit here and listen, like, holy shit. And you're literally walking in, probably with like chocolate cake on your face, being like, do you want to hear Prince before or after we drop the balloons? You know, and it's like that situation. And it's like, I don't know if I want to marry this guy. And you're like, I literally just need to know like the next record to drop, and like
Yeah.
everything I know is a lie. And it's like, holy shit, like you
Yeah.
know, that
No.
situation is nuts.
But I think that's a
Just
lesson.
Spell the name
it's-
for the check for them.
Yeah.
Remember, it's PNG Entertainment. There's an N. It's not and. There's an N.
But I think it's a lesson for everybody to realize your place. Like whether you're a patron at a bar, whether you're hanging out, whether you're watching somebody DJ, or you're a DJ, whether you're a bartender. Like
Yeah, don't get throat punched.
hey, I cross the line a lot of times because I was defending people.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I'm persecuted for that
Gotta
or I'm
watch
an
out for that
asshole
shit.
for that, then I am.
Yeah.
But I was always out for the people to like do something good. And you guys are all great guys here. And I know that you guys have been in situations you've probably been put in harm's way. But it's hard to do. It's hard to do where you draw the line of like who do you protect, who do
No,
you don't,
it-
like where
it
do you
really
what do you
is.
do, right?
Like when is like enough? I actually like one of my notes that I didn't even talk about was like knowing the line is the line, because we
Right.
ran into a situation where like I was like the line's the line, but they went a little over the line and then like let it go, and then it turned into a situation, and it's like knowing the line is the line.
Right.
Like when it's like nope, that's it.
I haven't fought anybody forever.
Well, no, not even fighting. Like just being a good person, like you're
Stepping
saying.
up and
saying something.
Just shut it. But you know what? And that's a good message for anybody listening is say something.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to punch you in the face for saying something. Well,
Right.
maybe somebody will.
Yeah, I mean,
But
That's not what you say.
sometimes
Doesn't
you
mean
need
you
to tell
shouldn't do
somebody
it.
is an asshole. Like
If you're
and
the
you don't have to call him an
I was gonna say,
asshole.
if you're the asshole and you say something, you might get punched.
Right.
But if you're the good guy and you say something, a lot of times those
you
guys
might.
A
But
lot of
you
people
might.
eavesdrop. Somebody
But
will have
then
your
all you
back.
gotta do is like slip and jab.
Well,
just
and
like,
exactly. But if you're working in an establishment and you guys say something, I mean, you can't call them an asshole, but you can make suggestions of
Well, I call 'em
people that.
I can hear actually, but yeah,
Yeah.
other
Right.
places I get. what
But
you're saying.
I
when
don't-
you're standing next to somebody,
I don't fucking work at Fridays. I'll let you know that.
But I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not a saint, but acting with integrity and acting like towards people like you should. You don't have to beat people up.
Dude,
Right.
and so much is
Don't be an
we-
asshole.
We always
Yeah.
talk like we've talked about this a lot on this is empathy.
Mhm.
The service industry
Absolutely.
teaches you empathy. You meet so many people from so many backgrounds, so many ways of life, so many like histories and everything. Like you have no idea what someone's actually going through in this industry because we get people from all walks of life, all sorts of situations. You know, I got to pay for my fucking, you know, my mom's this or my kid's this or my cousin's trying to come over from here, you know, and this. And it's just so many different people that it's why it's the greatest industry. Like it's addictive like a drug for a reason because it's you get hooked on it.
And you make a good point too, because I know that you guys like talk about like as patrons when you're serving people that you don't know what they're going through. A guy could have been like his wife just said, "I'm going to divorce you," and he's sitting at your bar.
Dude, it's
But
crazy.
but at the same time, from a patron's point of view, you guys listen to this podcast that you don't know if the bartender's wife just said,
Right.
Without
"I
a
want to
doubt.
divorce you," and then
Without a
maybe
doubt.
maybe your server's having a bad night, maybe your customer's having a bad night. But like, I hate to turn your fun podcast into like, but
No,
it's
it's
the
the-
truth. But
That's
it's
the
like
truth. That's-
have empathy for people
And
realize
that's-
that nobody you don't know what anybody's going
Nothing.
through, right?
No,
So be kind to everybody.
and like we always said, like we kind of like tried to mimic the Bourdain model, like where Bourdain was showing you the real, like, and I cooked. I went to culinary and all that, and I cooked the lines, and that's kind of like we were trying to steal that Bourdain model. Like this is the actual grimy side of the front of the house too. Like you know what I
Right.
mean?
No.
Like we're like this is what your average fucking busser, line cook, bartender, server, the guy who's working the door shift for that extra buck to go out on the Friday night instead of the Saturday night. That type of shit, that's still a real thing. And that's what this industry is built off of, you know, like you can fucking try to understand or whatever, but at the end it comes down to like people to people connection, you know, being a good person, being empathetic. And I don't know, I forget who it was, but someone said it's like the difference between the service industry and the hospitality industry is like, you know, like the service industry is like, I'm here to get you this, I'm here to get you that. The hospitality industry is, let me get your coat. Here's your seat you're normally at. What do you take in your Manhattan? You want extra cherries? That, you know, then that's the difference. And I forget who the fuck it is, and I apologize for not knowing who it is. But that's the difference between the service and the hospitality
Sure.
side of it.
For sure.
But
For sure.
all right,
Hey, I want to thank you guys all for having me here. I hope I didn't monopolize a lot of stuff.
No,
Not
dude,
mine.
this
Thanks
was
for being
this
here.
was
thanks for
fucking
coming, dude.
episode, yeah.
This was a really good one.
No.
Like a really good one.
I appreciate
we
you guys.
appreciate you, man.
And hey, anybody that's actually listening to this point, if you haven't listened, I've listened to every Four Shots podcast. But I appreciate.
well, we made you listen to this one.
Well, yeah. Well, I haven't listened to it
Yeah.
yet. So, but hey, I encourage everybody like listen to these guys because they have guys that are in the industry, gals in the industry. Like this is such an important thing to kind of understand what's behind the scenes and everything. So if you're still listening, go back and listen to the rest of the stuff they have. And these guys need a sponsor really bad because I believe that the work they're doing here is extremely valuable. And I don't know why someone's not sponsoring this right now because I'm going to go out and get like 5 of them
North
right
Shore
now.
diapers.
Because besides people shitting their pants,
Yeah.
I mean, but I
There's
know
some
you
good content here.
no, but I know you guys are kidding around about stuff. But actually, you guys are bringing actual value to the community and especially in the people that are in the service industry. So
Thanks, man.
I want to let you guys know that I appreciate
Thank
all
you.
of you
Thanks
and
so
what you
much,
do,
man.
and I appreciate you having me here.
That was awesome. All right. This is the end of this episode of the Four Shots Podcast. Sitting here with Dave Wool. Hit him up at Discover Grace Lake, Discover Libertyville coming soon, all that other good stuff. Something memory.
Yeah,
or
fuck
whatever.
that. You don't need to
Or
worry
just
about
hit him up at his address, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
come see me at my house
2
at
blocks down,
7.
one block that
I
way.
got a I got a
Fuck.
7-foot Sasquatch in my front yard.
No,
Who drives
again,
these
can't miss it.
automobiles?
Yeah, you just drive. If you find a Sasquatch in the front yard, it's my house in Grace Lake. So
Boys
just
and
keep driving
girls.
around.
if you have that story that everyone needs to hear, hit us up at 4shotspodcast@gmail.com. That's the number 4, SHOTS podcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram. We're on the YouTube. We're on the fucking Spotify.
I like that he
think
says
that's
the
everything now.
YouTube, which
The
is great.
YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. Tell all your friends about us, and thank you. God bless. And Dave, thanks again, man. This was a really good one.
Oh my
Here we
God,
go.
thank you guys. I appreciate you. We're taking a selfie as we do this last shot, though, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Shots up. Oh wait, hold on. How do we do that? We got everybody. Lean in. And there we have it, folks.
oh, that fucking hurt.
Oh!
That right there. Didn't realize that was there. When I
Did you
threw
go
my
bad?
head,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, dude, you almost got fucking fish hooked in the neck.
That was the back of my head.
Is that it?
Jay, if you die on a podcast, I'll be upset. Yeah, that's it.
If we die in a
We didn't do a
podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, hold on. Let's come back real quick. Boys and girls, that is the end of the 1,
2,
3,
4 Shots podcast.
Still recording.
God damn.